We're rolling?
Were we rolling for the nipples part?
Hi, what's going on, everybody? It's a little delayed start today, but Mike is back.
We're back, baby.
He came back. Mike is
and hot,
heavy.
Not me. The advisory outside.
Yeah. Mike has officially ruffled every videographer and photographer's feathers in all of the motherland. That's 100%. Mike is you're ripping and roaring, but we're back. Today's little topic. We're just gonna really just do a little weekend recap. I think, right? That's gonna be the game plan.
Yeah,
Where'd you work this weekend? Anywhere good?
I was at Russo's. I was actually at Russo's on the Bay. In
How was the steps?
Steps is still there.
No, but that's why you're physically fit, bro.
Yeah,
You're
up and down
jumping
steps.
up and down them steps.
I've lost a lot of staff to those steps.
For those of you that didn't know Russo's over there in Howard Beach, Cross Bay Boulevard, you have to be a CrossFit athlete.
Yeah.
You have to be an athlete to work there because you got 250 steps.
But you got a reputation like Russo's has for the stairs. It's
you have to be an athlete to work there. So you were at Russo's. I was in a bunch of different locations. I don't even know where. I think I just know that my highlight was really my Sunday night wedding was rocking. That's all I can say.
Where were
I
you?
met one of your brides.
Oh yeah.
I met one of your brides.
Yeah.
She took a picture with me. She's like, I don't know you, and you. Oh, she's like, no. She's like, you don't know me, but Mike Vecchi is doing my wedding. I was like, no shit. She's like, I watch it, laugh at you guys.
I love now. Yeah, right. I love when they come up and they talk about the podcast now, and they talk about it's awesome.
No, it's cool. Definitely
it's cool. It is definitely cool.
But yeah.
Where were you?
Nina's in the park. It was good.
Good spot.
No complaints at
Quality
all.
spot.
Never. Well, it's just a well-oiled machine. The place. It was a great time.
You know what it is too. Like you ran into to Stephanie. Like it's just it's great when crowds are just ready to party. Like that's like how you have those clients that just have like the amazing network of people, and then it's just like at every wedding those people come back and you get to see them again and party together 2 or 3 times is just awesome, especially on a Sunday. When you're like ready, like the weekend's winding down, and it's like one more time. Let's do this one more time, and then it's like
can't even complain. I mean,
it's great.
Yo, it was crazy. First off, I don't like sitting next to you because I can't see your facial
I
expressions.
don't like it either. I gotta be honest.
We'll figure it out, but
I really don't.
Yo, crazy, just a crazy weekend. Heat, the amount of events.
What about the flooding?
Flash flood in Jersey. We took in some water like the Titanic. For those of you that follow me on my personal page, we thought we conquered. We thought we conquered the water situation. Now we took in groundwater. Thank God I'm friends with my insurance broker and I don't file fucking claims because I would never have insurance.
Yeah.
Everything I have takes in water, from cars to property. I don't want to talk about it.
It was scary. I saw some of the videos. We didn't get that much in Long Island, but
terrible.
The highways were no good, but everything else was okay, I think.
Terrible. So we do have a guest that's coming in today. I don't think you know him. He's a Jersey kid. We've reached out a few times, even before we started chopping it up and putting out content like this. I believe he's a Spanish kid. Nice. Younger kid. He's like, yo, dude, when am I coming on? I'm like, yo, just come. Like, 'cause he's in the area.
Yeah.
So we'll chop it up a little bit. Independent kid, entrepreneur. Want to talk to him a little about how the business started, how, everything that goes along with just the glamorous life that we live as entertainers. So I want to hear what he has. And his market, that he's in, it's a little different than ours.
I think it's important
chop
to
it up
do
with
that.
him a little bit. Yeah,
it is, because you know what? A lot of the younger guys, they need guidance. And there are guys that have been around for a long time.
Don't follow his fucking guidance because he's going to tell you fucking crucify
Dude.
videographers, photographers. Nah, I'm only
It's
joking.
not true. I
Nah,
love
we're
everybody.
fooling around. No. We're joking around. A lot of people take stuff the wrong way and this and that, but
I really do love everybody. I do. And I love working with them. And I love working with photographers and videographers. I really do.
I worked with Michael Romeo this weekend. He had a content creator with him. They definitely got some good pictures.
Great stuff.
My bride was awesome. And I'm not saying it because she's my bride and she's probably going to see this, but when you're a bride, I mean, I'm far from a bride, but if you're a bride, you got to learn to really just, today's the day. You've been working this up for 2 weeks, 2 years, whatever it may be. Just relax. Take throw your slippers on. They're under the dress. Go there. Do what you got to do. Listen to your videographer. Listen to your photographer. Get your photos done with, and rock and enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
And my bride was aces. Even my groom, bro, good looking dude, chilled out. We made a little post about him. Comes in. He hasn't said 2 words to me in 2 years. whatever the timing was on his first dance, that's when he wanted the sparks. I'm like, that's what you're saying
That's
to
the
me?
only thing he's worried about.
But you know, if that's all you're worried about, and
great.
you know we executed it, that's all I care
I
about.
think most grooms care most about the music. I mean, I think so. I mean, they tell me that too.
Nowadays, a lot,
right?
but
they don't care about florals. They
as
don't
a
care about that
as a
stuff.
bride, and like I said, you could take it with a grain of salt, leave it, but just like I said, listen to the professionals. Like, just truly listen to them. If your photographer, videographer says this is your timeline, they know the timeline. Just rock with it.
Yep.
My bride rocked, and that's all I can ask for. You know, a lot of people throw that, Sunday wedding. It didn't matter. They were level 10.
Yep.
I had Izzy with us. He hasn't been with us in a while. We got some good videos, this and that. I'm not going to step on videographer, photographer's toes and put stuff out yet. I'm waiting to see what their not same day, what do they call that?
Social media content.
Social media, the content creator puts out, because I don't want to step on anybody's toes with that. But, it was dope. I honestly, it was dope. I'm going into another busy weekend. The 26th is busy. I hope the energy stays like that.
Yeah.
That's all I can say. The energy is what you know, like when you need it. There's some doozies, bro. We don't talk about the doozies, but there's some shit parties we do.
Listen, look,
There's shit parties. I
don't think there's a such thing as a bad wedding. I just think there's no such thing as a bad wedding. It's a beautiful day no matter what. But it's just some of them are just next level. That's just it. When to me, at the end of the night, when a guy comes up to the DJ booth and is like, "Yo, you killed it," like that to me, I feel like I really killed it. If a guy comes up, I don't know why. I just feel like guys won't do that. So if a guy comes up to you and is like, "Yo, you smashed it," like that was amazing, something like that, I'm like, "Yo, thanks, I appreciate it." That's cool. Because I feel like girls are gonna, girls, you'll hear from them. Girls will be, they'll walk by, they'll dance by, they'll text you, whatever the case is, but. When a guy comes up and he's like, "Yo, you smashed it," like, you did a good job. At the end of the day, you should be happy, because most guys are not going to do that. That's how I feel.
I mean, I did something that was completely out of my realm this weekend. I had some availability. I did a block party. Like one of those fucking marathon sets.
Yeah.
We need you from 2 to 10.
Yeah, of course.
I said, okay. But, old friends of mine, they became the party planners of the block, whatever the case was. And
which means you became the party planner on the block.
no, not even. I can't even throw a dig or anything. They did what they did. They had a great time. But marathon set, and the amount of compliments, and I feel like we weren't even at level 10. In my mind, I'm like, who was here the last 5 years, and what did they do that I'm being put on a silver platter? Which that's another topic of conversation, in the industry and what goes on. And I don't want to talk about negatives. It doesn't really matter. I love what I do. The stress, I guess, hasn't killed me yet.
No, it's a different world.
No, without a doubt.
It's a different world. And I think that it's, again, going back to the young guys, I think it's good if we do bring in some young guys to talk to them, because they do need that, they need to be able to separate the events. They need to be able to separate the bar mitzvah industry from the wedding industry. They're separate worlds. It's not one DJ company. It is a wedding entertainment company. It is a bar mitzvah entertainment company. I would never dabble into the bar mitzvah world.
I've done one or two, and one of them was a close friend of mine.
Yeah.
I says, Alad, you might know him, Watch Boss on Instagram. I said, Alad, I love you. I love the kids. I talked to his son more than I talked to him about dirt bikes and snatch. A true story. And I'm like, I don't do mitzvahs. I don't want to tell you and come into this like I could do it. He's like, you're doing my son's party.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, no doubt. And his wife, she's a gem. She's probably going to see this. I'll edit this one like this. They give me music. I'm like, yo, it's in hieroglyphic. I can't read this. So that was always the joke, but we still had a good time, and I respect those people that want me there and to do that.
But it's also a different style mitzvah, though. It's a wedding style mitzvah. It's not a mitzvah mitzvah.
Yes, no, they're religious. They are religious, and they know what they want. I get it.
I'm just saying, Chris, you go to bar mitzvahs and they're like, clap your hands, jumping up and down, going crazy, like we used to. Back in the day, 5 dancers, we don't. I don't do those type of mitzvahs, and they know. The one a year I do, maybe they know that. They're like, I am not that company. I am not the bar mitzvah company.
I know my lane, and that's a very big topic we should really get. I'd like to get a lot more people on here to talk about staying in the lane. That should be like a really cool topic to chat about, because there's a lot of people that don't stay in their lane. I've stayed in my lane. I 100% have, and I think that's a love-hate thing with me. Oxy's a dick, I hate him, or bro, I love him, he just stays in his lane. I stay in my lane. I don't over cross boundaries. You know how many friends I have in Long Island? I could easily get into a Long Island market. Hey, I'm not driving this. I'm never coming to Long Island. Stay by yourself. I ain't sleeping on your couch. Stay over there.
Just call me.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like, you stay in your lane. Like, I just, as I'm talking to you guys, I'm getting a text. Hey, I need an LED dance floor for next week. So I'm like, okay. But if there's 17 other production people doing the job, why am I coming in with the floor? Let them do it.
Yeah.
Like, don't bring me in. I don't want to be an extra sprinkle on the top of the ice cream cone. It's just going to be a mess. And, like, their response is, why are you being a dick? I'm not. Like, I know my lane. There's already too many hands in the pot. Why are we to bring in a 20 by 20 LED floor? Like,
and also, they probably have 5 other things on that job that you could have done from the beginning and
but
packaged
that's
it together.
fine. They didn't think of me. They didn't think
So
of
why
the
are they
company.
thinking of you now?
Why
Is what
are
I'm
you
saying.
thinking of me now?
You know what I'm saying?
Does somebody not have it? That's fine. Just come out and say it. Don't turn to me and say, "Oh, you're being a knucklehead. Do this, do that." Like, that's not what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for that. It's called staying in your lane. That's going to be a pretty cool topic.
I think so. And I think it's just, I think that's the best way for success. I mean, I'm looking at it from a standpoint of saying you should be focusing on one type of event. Okay. Obviously.
No, you can't say that, because we
Why?
all started off as kids. Our generation.
No, but now.
But yes. Listen.
When you finally hit your stride, like, we grew up, bar mitzvahs, weddings weren't even in our market when we were growing up. Bar mitzvahs were the next step, right? So sweet 16s, bar mitzvahs, back and forth. If you were a bar mitzvah DJ, you did 30 bar mitzvahs in June, that's what you did. Or 30, some of them did 30 bar mitzvahs a weekend, right? Jeffrey Craig back in the day.
You could tell you're not in a Jewish market, because mitzvahs are in the dead of winter.
What?
Yeah, bro.
No, they're not.
Absolutely.
May and June is bar mitzvah season.
No, my friends do mitzvahs all the way from January throughout.
No,
and then they go to
every
summer
bar
camp.
mitzvah company is on vacation right now. They're in Deal, New Jersey, hanging out because there are no bar mitzvahs during the summer. They go to summer camp.
They go to summer
and they're
camp,
gone.
bro.
Okay, anyway.
You ever do a Jewish summer camp?
No, I don't.
did.
It's not my lane.
I did.
Where do I belong there.
I did a summer camp once. There's a lot of kids that do.
Okay, wait. Anyway, point is that did bar mitzvahs until I hit 27. When I hit 27, I wanted to make the transitions into weddings, and that was my main focus, singling out weddings. So now this is what 95% of my business is weddings. Do I do corporate? Yes. Will I sprinkle in a sweet 16? Yes, of course. But it's because of the people that know me that are like, hey, Mike, we want you for the Sweet 16. Fine.
So how are you gonna sit here at this table with, I don't even know what 18-year-old DJ. So I can't even say a young kid. Say a newcomer and tell him to stay in his lane. He's going to be chasing the dollar.
No, what I'm saying is that pick something that works for you and stick with it. If you're doing the clubs, then do the clubs. If you're doing mobile, then do mobile. Don't do both. Like, if you're doing mobile but you want to sprinkle in a club, it's okay. But if you're saying you're a mobile guy, but then you're booked Friday, Saturday, and Sunday night at a club, you're not a mobile guy. You're a club guy. So just stay where you are. Or
that's another topic too.
Sweet 16s.
Let's go. We should just get boxing gloves.
There's nobody.
Boxing gloves. And put the mobile guys in there and the club guys.
Okay, how many 25 and under kids do you see doing weddings? Or should be doing a wedding? None. That's not their market. Just because you could do a wedding doesn't mean you should do a wedding. You should be doing Sweet 16s. You should be smashing the Sweet 16 market until it's time to transition into weddings because you're tired of listening to Sweet 16 music. I don't want to say that's what we did, but that's what our generation did. Mitzvahs until they got sick of kids, then we went to weddings. Whoever left. Whoever kept going, kept going. So this kid who's going to come here, what's his first name?
Juan.
When Juan gets here, we're going to talk to him, but we're not going to talk down to him. We're going to talk to him and say, hey, what's your plan? Is this something that's full-time for you? Is this something that is part-time for you? What's your plan? Because what I'll tell you I noticed over the weekend was, and this is also a different complete segment, but at least we're touching on some different things, is that the amount of talent in this industry is going away. Everybody is buying equipment. Nobody is concerned with being the talent. That's why you see, 5, 6, 7 companies in the wedding industry, 5, 6, 7 companies in the bar mitzvah industry, because they're not concentrating on being a performer. They're just concentrating on buying equipment, buying lighting, buying sound. That's great, but if you don't have any clients,
so you want to know something? You want to know something? When I was like when I first started, a big thing with me was. Big thing with me was, sell before you buy. I think that's hard.
It is hard.
It's kind of like what people try to tell me, sell before you buy. But you know what? If you're a go-getter like myself, if somebody calls you for something and you're the executor like the way I am, and you don't have it, you're losing out on money.
Yeah, but
it's a double-edged
like a video
sword.
wall? Like something like that extent, like sell it before you buy it. Okay, yeah, that's fine. That's totally fine.
Listen,
but like, how many video walls are you selling a year? You know, 5, 6, 10.
Oh, I mean, but that's topics for other days. You want to start ruffling feathers with video walls. You want to ruffle feathers with sparks. You could do whatever you want. I'm not trying to. We have war stories. Like, this is what we have here. They're war stories.
I mean, it's something that we talk. Everybody talks about this every single week, though. You walk into a venue.
It's a war. Everything's a war story, but you don't get to really hear about it because you're not supposed to. But I'm me, and Mike's Mike. He has probably his hard nipples. His nipples are hard. He didn't want to go on camera today.
It's the iced coffee.
Yep. So they're war stories, but you know what? I can tell you the war stories because you don't know them, and you're never going to know what goes on behind the scenes unless I tell you, because that's what we do.
You know what we should have called? We wanted to call this podcast like Table 19. If anybody's ever seen the movie Table 19, it's always the people that are not really close to the bride and groom that are at the wedding, but they have to be there, so they put them at Table 19. All the misfits. That's what it's like when you go to a wedding. Okay?
I'm listening
when
to
the
you.
photographer and the videographer and the DJs are sitting at the same dinner table. Actually, Saturday we had a vendor table in the room.
Okay.
Because
I'm listening
to
to you,
me,
but
it's still classy. Because I'll tell you, that is also another conversation that comes up all the time. Is why they sit the DJ so far away from the main room? Why are we always down the hallway, up the stairs, and the second suite on the left? What is wrong with us? Are we subhuman? How do we know if anything is happening in this room?
If you were the person that sent it to me, I can't remember. My brain's been scattered the last 4 weeks. Somebody sent me something. Somebody made a post. Might have been a planner. But one of my brides sent this to me and was like, oh, you would love this. Like, why the DJ demanded to be fed at the same time as the guest and not after. I mean,
that's been going on 25 years.
Yeah, that's never going to change. They're going to feed us whenever the hell they want to feed us. But they should feed us either before you or during.
Yeah. No, only the good venues do it before or at the same time. I mean, that's just the easiest way to say it. That's just easy. And what they're feeding us, that's another whole conversation, because venues are charging you for the vendors to eat. They're obviously charging you, and we're getting basically whatever's either left over or. I did a venue 2 weeks ago. They gave me 15 salmons. It was 15 vendors. They gave us 15 salmon. Nobody eats fish.
You know what I love?
It's like, okay.
Guess
we'll eat later.
Fucking war stories, man.
I don't care about any of this stuff because we're busy working. But the point is that these are the conversations that happen. Like, there's a reason why DJs. Why are we being treated as subhuman? Why are we? Let's say something happens with the sound system when we're down the hallway and it starts to scream or scratch or something. We don't know because we're a football field away from the DJ equipment. Like, why can't we be fed in the room? Why can't we be fed right outside the room most of these times? Why do we have to be down the hallway, up the stairs, second door on the left, where we can't hear anything? These are the things that just don't make any sense from a DJ standpoint.
Mike,
it's good to talk about, though. This is what happens at the table.
You complain too much.
Just saying. I'm saying the things that nobody wants to say. How many times do you place an order? Maitre d' comes up to you to place an order for dinner. You go sit down and the photographer's eating your steak.
No. This is what I was going to get at. And then you went on a fucking...
Come on, tell me I'm
wrong. You went on a rant. So listen, I love when I have 5 voicemails or 3 text messages or the office lines. The inbox is filled because they need my order now. They need my order now.
Oh, in advance.
In advance.
Oh, that's interesting.
So I just got that. How many vendors are you coming with? Give me a second. Let me talk to what's her name. Find out what's on the job. See how many people are going to use this. And then they just don't feed you.
That's wrong. Wait, and does that include photography and video? Why would it include photography and video? I don't know anything about photography and video. Is that all the vendors or just you? That's your job. That's not my job. Funny.
Yep.
Funny stuff.
That's what goes on. What goes on.
Funny stuff.
So there's so many new topics. I mean, how many people have hit you up in your DM and told you to talk about specific things?
Oh, on here?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, a lot. I've had at least, I mean, since the last reel that we put out, I'd say at least 5 or 6 people hitting me up like, talk about this, talk about that, talk about this, or I want to come on, whatever.
I will tell you that the bride that I met at Anina's that you're doing her wedding, she was like, it's actually helpful. Now I know what to do and what not to do. Which is cool to hear.
Yeah.
Because you're going to get a lot more, I can't even talk, I'm so shocked.
Especially the cake
one. You get a lot more negativity when you put out content than positivity. So to have a bride come up, introduce herself, and she's going to watch, she follows me now too.
Yeah.
So you know, she'll watch this, and the fact that she introduced herself and didn't have that attitude like, he's doing my wedding. Like she was like, you're never going to believe this, I seen your podcast, Mike's doing my wedding, this, that. I was like, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Like, I took a picture with her, she took a picture, sent it to you.
Yeah.
Like that's cool. Like you get a lot of, specific people that are like,
Yeah, of course.
the nose turn, like, sweetie, I'm probably already booked. Like, I don't want to come off like that guy. I'm big, I'm jolly, I make everything a joke because here today could be gone tomorrow. Like, that's the motto I'm living by now. And I'm probably, even you didn't use me, I'm not the fit for you. I'm probably going to be working somewhere else anyway. Yeah. Knock on wood. Like, I'm not.
She might not even have known that you existed.
Correct.
I've had plenty of brides that don't. I mean,
Right.
Everybody has brides that don't know who they are.
Correct. Which is perfectly cool. But I liked the fact that how she introduced herself.
Super cool, Steph.
Shout
Shout out to Stephanie.
Yeah, Steph.
She's cool.
Aces.
Cool chick.
Aces. But that's cool. But I got a ton of people. Like so many people are reaching out. I want to come on the podcast. I want to come on this one because this was never supposed to be a podcast. This was never planned. This is all like premature stuff. Yeah. It's just we're having fun.
We don't even plan it. We don't.
No,
even
there's
plan
no
it.
script.
We
this is me answering text messages as we're being
literally
recorded.
not like we. I mean, we might throw out some topics that we want to just touch on, but we're not writing. It's literally a text message. But you know what it is? It's a text message when we're working over the weekend. That it's literally 2 words like. The independent contractors. That's what goes into the text. Then when we get together on Wednesday, we strike it up and that's it. Whatever comes out, comes out.
What's his name? Like I said, though, I've been mentally out of it the last couple of weeks, but shout out to Nick Patino. I think he's going to come by next week.
Yeah?
Yeah, he was on a rip and a tear about independent contractors through DM. And if I don't answer, I'm usually very quick with a response, whether it's a text or an email. I don't think I answered you the last 4 texts.
No, you didn't.
I've been on the phone. It's just whatever. And I'm like, just
good
come.
Talk. Good talk, bro.
I was like, yeah. He responded, great talking to you. But shout out to Nick Peasy. He's gonna come by. He was ripping and roaring, bro. I said, yo, just come. I mean, we're not really here to rip and roar anybody. It's just there war stories.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of you people like to hear it.
Yeah. No, I mean,
because you only see the
glam, kid.
You only see the glam.
Look, I tell you, but listen, we had again my wedding on Saturday, phenomenal wedding, huge wedding. This was one of those that had like everything, you know. Okay. I had 2 entertainers on the job, you know, and it happens. One of the costumes wasn't in the truck, you know. It happens. What are you gonna do? You can't get mad. You gotta rip and roll with it, you know. So we couldn't open up that opening set of cocktail hour because the costumes weren't there, you know. So I held back the girls. And we happened to have Charlie Romo for dinner, who's phenomenal. Shout out Charlie Romo. Love him making the circle.
Charlie worked together at Southgate Manor. He's
right
unbelievable.
Love Charlie. And again, it's like not to veer off, but new talent. Charlie is one of those guys, new talent. Been around like 6 months to a year with working the circuit. He's killing it right now, and he's a great add to your wedding if you can have him. You know,
but I don't want to hear he sends me a price of $2,000, then tells the client $700.
Yeah,
Charlie, don't start that.
Yeah,
don't start that.
Don't get us involved, Charlie. Don't get us involved. 10% coupon on Charlie Romo
if you book direct.
If you like and follow.
Direct.
No, like and follow. You get 10% discount.
You get the call direct from Charlie. No, I'm only playing.
But anyway, long story short, so I knew Charlie was coming for dinner, so I had the girls that didn't have the costumes. They were Ubered there. We got them, and we made the girls stand behind Charlie while he was singing. It was a showgirl outfit.
One costume?
Only
one costume?
What do you mean?
You said costumes were missing.
No, one costume was missing. The other 2 were there. But Charlie was singing. It was a showgirl costume in like New York. He's doing his thing. The girls are there. It was It was awesome, right? So again, nobody knew what was going on for the hour that the costumes were Ubering there. Nobody knew,
right?
You know, they don't see that, but it's not their job to see that. It's my job to see it. My job to pull an audible, and my job to make sure that when they see it, they're like, "That was amazing."
Touch back on the topic when you go behind our back to book something without going through us. Guess what happens the day of your wedding? you're running around frantic while you're trying to get your hair and your makeup done, or touch up, or this or that, because the costume's missing.
Right.
It's our job to chase the costume down, send an Uber to do this. Like that's another big thing. And I'm gonna put him on. He doesn't like being talked. We call him Ghost. Shout out to Ritas. You know, this is a big topic I had with him. He actually will text me. Why don't you talk about this? You're good on camera. Same thing. Sax player, whether it was with him or with whoever for 10 years, you walk up to a sax player, I want to book you. The prices can't change. You can't call whoever's company, be like, hey, I booked your sax and he's late. I'm on the beach. You didn't book my company, you booked the sax player.
Yeah.
Like, that's big now.
Yeah.
Happened to me Saturday night.
Well,
I watched it happen Sunday.
Wait,
somebody ran up to me. Ran up to my drummer. Like, I understand. My drummer plays the drums. My sax player plays the sax. My DJ plays music.
Yeah.
Whatever it may be.
But I'll tell you, and I'm not cutting you off, but there's two sides to this. I have one amazing story, but I want to do the other side first. That's honestly, that sax player, that percussionist should ask that client, where did you see me? Because if she says, I seen you at Nanina's on the park on Sunday, that person should call you and be like, Chris, one of your brides hit me up. I'm just letting you know. I'm going to book it. If you're not, are you DJing? No, you're not. Okay, I'm going to book it. But like, here's a couple of dollars. Or I'm just letting you know that I'm doing the job. Fine, no problem. But to me, if again, and this is just business conversation. If someone gives me 40 jobs a year and I get a job from that guy's job, it should be regular pricing, and Chris, here's your kickback on it. Because you wouldn't even know about this guy, okay, or this bride. So that's where I'm going to stand on that. I'm just the business side of it, but it's different when you're the owner, and it's different when you're a worker, because it's just a different. You give, you get. You give, you get. That's the way it is. Okay. Yeah. I have an amazing story for you. Can I share this story? Let me share this story.
Go ahead.
Okay. So I only do one wedding a night. That's my thing. I'm done. I'm do one wedding a night. I want to concentrate on my bride and groom. I'm there to smash the wedding. I don't trust anybody else when it comes to really DJing my weddings.
So we're gonna throw an audible in. No. Okay. We're gonna delay a game. So you do one wedding a night because you're Mike Vecchia.
Yes.
Okay, which is perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. So you do one wedding a night because you don't have multiple teams, which is not a bad thing. I have a friend, Adam's signature events. He only does one.
Yeah.
This, that, and the other. So the one wedding a night thing is not a bad thing, but that's your thing. That's your thing, which is not a bad thing. But you have to remember this. We touched back before your story on DJs and staying in your lane and so on and so forth here. There's a lot of guys right now, and I might go off topic because my brain's mushed, but there's a lot of guys that feel that they can produce more than one event a night and be on a job. So is there a reason why you only do one job a night? I know I just threw a complete audible in this.
No, from my experience in history, I don't feel like I've never seen a company that has 3-4 phenomenal MCs where they're loyal and constant. That hasn't happened in the last like 12 years. So
end of story. You answered the question the way I wanted you to answer it.
Which is it.
That's it.
And honestly, to a certain level, I also feel like I have elevated my company to a level where my people, my clients are expecting that. And if someone else is not going to be able to provide that, who's the person they're going to call? They're going to call me.
Correct.
You know, and why do I want to be responsible for it if I'm not going to be there? If I mess up, that's a different story. I'm there to fix it. I can fix it. But if something happens that I'm not there and I'm doing another wedding, what am I doing at this point? I can't help the situation. So I don't know. I just feel like it's too big of a night. Like you talk about socials, like I'll do other socials, Chris. Like if I'm doing one wedding, I'm at the wedding, and then I'll get I'll have guys go do a 50th birthday or 40th birthday, or that's fine. I have no engagement party. I have no problem with that.
I understand.
But wedding wise, I don't want any part of it.
It's
anyway, Let me finish my really
Go,
quick
go,
story
I won't
about
interrupt
So
anymore, go.
we'll go back really quick. I'm gonna do this quick. So there was an event that I was called for. I was not available. So respectfully, I always tell people, listen, I'm not available for the day. We're already booked wedding wise. If there's any way I can help you, let me know. So obviously people will be like, hey, I need a DJ or I need photography, whatever the case is. I'll send them a couple of Instagrams. I let them go on their own and check them out. Whether they book or not is up to them. Okay. So DJ wise, I obviously respectfully throw out some friends that I have in the industry that I know do weddings. I'm not going to throw out a DJ company that does Sweet 16s to do a wedding. I don't want to be responsible. So I'll say, hey, these guys are great. These guys are great. So and so. This happened to happen in this email where I said to this girl that I was talking to that these are my guys that I work with. This is my percussionist. This is my sax player.
Ooh, this is getting good
right?
already. This is like charades. Go
Right?
ahead.
So I said to her, I go, listen, this one is not available. He's working with me, but this one is available, right? Because you said you see me at a wedding. Everything was great. Unfortunately, I'm not available, but you like our show. Great. And that's what it is. It's a show. Okay. So I have my violinist is available or my sax player is available, whoever's available, but this guy is not available. Okay, fine, got you. Now I was on the phone with this couple twice for 25 minutes. Like, I'm not that guy because I feel like where I am at my age and where I am in my experience that I should help people. I don't want to be like, hey, we're not available, have a great trip. Like, that's not what I want to do. I want to be able to help.
Mike,
anyway,
you got me on the edge of my seat. Get to the fucking
so
end of the
this
story.
couple decides after I said I wasn't available, that she wasn't available, whoever, the guy wasn't available, to email my independent contractor. She emailed my guy after I was on the phone with her and said he's not available because he was on the other contract. Now, I book a year and a half to 2 years in advance. So sometimes I don't go through contracts really quickly with the guys. Sometimes it's 6 months in advance, sometimes it's a year in advance. Like, hey, hold this date. I work with these guys every single weekend. Not all of them, but this one's on Saturday, this one's on Sunday. This is my network of people.
Right.
So for me, I didn't give him this date yet. Now maybe it's my fault because I didn't give him the date. I'll take 50% responsibility. Okay.
It's your fault no matter
it's my
what.
fault.
I see where this is
But
going.
she went and emailed the guy. The guy sent her a contract, booked her wedding, okay? And then also she booked one of the DJs that I recommended. Great, that's awesome. But now this guy has my percussionist on his job, and now I go to give my percussionist the date, and he tells me I'm not available. So I'm like, why are you not available for it? Now, this is in January too, Chris. This is not busy season, and he works for a couple other companies, but we know who everybody works with, and it's respect. Whoever gets there first, no problem. I get it, So anyway, long story short, tells me not available. I'm like, where are you working? So he tells me so-and-so. So I say, yeah, okay. So that's my bride that I wasn't available for. So she must, he's like, well, she emailed me, and she said that someone else recommended her to me, and I sent her a contract because I was available.
So now, at the end of the day, whose fault is it?
Right. Well, it's my fault.
Right. No. But I'm not trying to shit on your parade.
No,
that's what it comes down to.
Now, but here I'm going to take it back to the independent contractors for 2 seconds.
Go for it.
If you, and you're like you were saying about the sax guy, like obviously, everybody's friends with Steven. Steven has the same sax guy for 15 years, okay? I don't call Steve sax guy. I don't want the same guys as Steven uses because that doesn't make any sense. And I'm just using Steven as an example. Right. But I'm not going to call Steven's guys. But if Steven's guy gets a call from a bride and doesn't call Steven, he's wrong.
Yes.
Not Steven.
Correct.
The independent contractor
Correct.
is wrong. That is not your client. Anybody you get from that client, none of your client, if you're working with Steven for 15 years or James for 15 years, those are all James's clients. That is his business.
They don't believe that.
That is
They
the
don't believe
problem.
That. That's
That
even
is the
with
problem.
DJs that you bring on or try and bring on. That's where we're at in this industry. It's my client. They wanted me. Okay. But that's what you're dealing with now.
I had it with an airbrusher. I had an airbrusher during the summer. I gave him a job. The airbrusher went and I saw him on Instagram at another job in the same area, 45 minutes from his house. I said to him, like, dude, that's not your client. That's my client. You don't even work this area. Like, I don't care that you booked it, but at least have a little bit of respect to be like, hey, where should I be price point wise? Right? Where should I be price point? Because I'm already in this area generating business for everybody. And now you're coming in over here saying this is what I charge. No, it's not what you charge. You're destroying the whole area. It's not your client. That's my client. She got you from a job you were doing for me. You should have been like, hey, call Mike. Mike will handle it.
How do you think we could fix that?
You can't, because again, it's going to sound like I'm complaining. I'm not complaining. We're just having business discussions. But if you work for somebody else, you should have that person's business cards. Or the only thing out of your mouth should be like, hey, I don't have any business cards, but here's the IG for the company. That's it. You should never be saying, here's my card. You should never be saying, here's my IG. You should never be saying, here's my number. Those are not your clients. If you're working for somebody else, you are just a worker for the night, and you have to be okay with that. You do. And also, your prices should be cheaper too. You should not be giving people what you charge normally. Nobody cares what you charge normally. You're not working for yourself. You're working for me. You're working for Chris. You're working for James, whoever you're working for. You're a wholesale worker, independent contractor for the day. I don't care if you get $2,000 when you book yourself. You should be getting $1,500 when you work for somebody else, because that person deserves to make the money because it's his client. There's nothing wrong with that. The fact that you're making $1,500 and you don't have any responsibility to the client, that's your reward. You don't have to deal with the client.
You got a point.
That's just the way it is. That's the way business is. Like, we deal with the shit, so you don't have to. You get to go make money. Like, you're driving around Brooklyn and Jersey and Staten Island to meet with clients at 8 o'clock at night. Your guys are home watching Love Island.
Love Island? You watch Love Island?
No, I don't.
My 11-year-old watches Love Island. I don't know. He's got a crush on Huda.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Swear to God.
The guy that's driving around at 9 o'clock at night meeting clients is the guy that makes the money. Okay? The guy that shows up to the job an hour before to carry equipment and DJ the party, he makes his salary.
Check this out. I'm going to put another TO. The guy driving around doing like 98% of the work is really an asshole, because we don't make that much money. The stress doesn't account for the money that's being made. Doesn't. But yeah, I get it.
I just feel like when these guys, when we were younger, our bosses would look at us and be like, yo, you want to go do your own jobs? Go open up your own company. You're fired. That's it.
Yes.
Richie V, God rest his soul, sat in his, I asked him for a $25 raise. He told me, Mike, I'm not giving you a $25 raise. $25 raise, Chris. And I was his main guy. He goes, Mike, I'm not giving you a $25 raise. He said, if you want, go open up your own company. That's what he said to me. And I left. Because it was, for lack of better words, a pissing contest. But it made me the stronger person I was walking away, saying it's my time to now go say, what am I going to do? And then I worked for another company for 4 years. And then I opened up my own company. And when I opened up my own company, it was all systems go, because I already had 9 years of experience. These kids don't want to have they don't want any experience. Everybody's a rock star. Everybody's ready to go. Everybody can smash a wedding. They're all ready. It's not about smashing a wedding. It's about running a business. It's about running a business the right way, dealing with clients, handling vendors, dealing with venues, sending insurance. If you're a DJ and you don't have insurance, that's ridiculous. It's $300.
Let's talk about that.
It's $300 a year.
Let's talk about that. You go on your rants and your tears about the lighting and the floodlights and the sun and this and that.
Do it.
The amount of times my life is tortured about sending over insurance, or like the venues will reach out to the bride and the DJ needs insurance. So I send the insurance over. You didn't send me what you wanted on the insurance card. I sent you my COI. That's not what we need. Well, you called the bride. You bothered the bride to scare the bride. So now here's my COI. Oh, you didn't tell the bride that you want fucking 19 people added onto the policy. You want this. You want $3 million to put the truck, a box truck on the policy. You didn't tell the bride that. You wanted to chase the bride because it's not one of their vendors. But this is protocol. This is what we deal with. But then if you pop around and you have the time to look at stuff on social media and you see that bingo host at the same venue the day after on that 1 to 5, he don't make enough money to pay for insurance. Whose insurance card did he send in to work? If I'm there Saturday for the wedding, on that christening or that first birthday or that bridal shower that's going on the same room the next day, 12 to 4, 1 to 5, and you see him, hey, give it up for Jenna. Jenna's going to be a baby, whatever. Like, did he get tortured as much as I did? Because it's torturous. Because I'm one of my brides will probably see this. Like, The wedding's February of 27. It's like a solid year away. And I'm like, oh, they're demanding the insurance now? Just want to give you the heads up. My policy starts May 5th and ends May 5th. So I'm going to send you a card now for what year are we in, 25? And you're going to tell me it's not valid anymore, even though it's the same policy for the last 14 years. It automatic renewal. So why am I sending it to you now?
Right. And they make you feel like a loser.
Oh, yeah.
Your insurance is expired.
So insurance, that's a big topic. Insurance, you know, I mean, how?
What about when you have to send your insurance? What about when they want an insurance policy for every single person who's performing on the event? You have a sax player, you have a photo booth, you're doing a makeup bar, whatever you're doing. Everybody needs insurance. So
why is it under the DJ's insurance?
Right. So what do you do, Chris? You say, "Here's my insurance. It covers everybody. Have a great day."
You know what? Since you were ripping and roaring about photographers and videographers, I'm being dead ass serious. Do they need insurance policy?
Who?
Like, do you know that?
Photography and video?
Yeah, they need insurance.
Oh, they do. 100%.
Okay, no, I'm curious. I don't even know. I'm being dead serious. But I love I'm using the word ripping and roaring. The independent contractors like a DJ. You know, that DJ that was like, they wanted me. So how are they in the venue without insurance?
I know production companies that don't have insurance policies, bro. Like, are you kidding me? Why? So can we just go onto your insurance? Dude, you're charging me thousands of dollars. You can't spend $350 a year on insurance?
I think it's more than $350. But anyway,
I pay $350. Okay, I'm gonna learn whatever DJs right now. I'm gonna learn you something right now. Okay, there's something called.
He's not gonna teach you. He's gonna learn you.
I'm gonna learn you. That was the whole slang.
Go.
I'm gonna learn you. Okay, National Association of Mobile Entertainers. Name NAME. Okay. It's like the Dean Martin show. Somebody's.
Keep going.
National Association of Mobile Entertainers. Name is what it is. You go on their website. You sign up as a member. You get all information and all that stuff, whatever you need as a DJ, or it could really just be nothing. You're just using them for insurance. Either way, they don't care because you pay $125 to $150 for membership, I think. And then when you do, you get access to their insurance companies. Their insurance company will give you insurance. You say that you need to claim insurance. It's $320 a year for $2 million worth of insurance. If you don't want to pay that much, you could pay $275 and get $1 million. But you're paying it for the entire year. There's no reason why you don't have insurance on your DJ. You can insure your van. You can insure your equipment. You have to have insurance for sparklers for whatever venue still let you do it. So like, it doesn't make sense that I have DJs calling me saying, "Hey, can I borrow your insurance policy?" You know, I don't want to be that. See, it puts us in a position where we can't say no because they do so much for us that we have to do it for them. My whole life is at stake because you're DJing a party in a venue that you don't have insurance. You're not even. The insurance thing. I just get insurance. It's literally $300 a year. It doesn't make sense not to have insurance anyway.
So now that Mike learned you about this, my whole thing was why I get put under the gun with stress talking about a party that's in late 2026 or early 2027 and you want my policy that you're gonna then torture the bride and saying, "Hey, your DJ's insurance expired." No, it's not expired. You wanted the card 2 years before.
Well, here's my problem with that too. The fact that you're asking my bride and my insurance policy has to go to my bride instead of going directly to you. Just get my email as easily as you get her information and say, "Hey, Mike, can you send over your insurance policy 30 days before the event so we have it on record?" Yes, of course, Stacy. I can do that. Thank you so much. Have a great 2026 because I'm not going to see you for 15 months. It's okay. You know, you don't need to ask my bride, "Hey, can you get your DJ?" Everybody needs to have insurance. Like, who are you? Who's coming in these places? Who's coming in? And then the other flip side is when you're working at a very nice venue, they want $4 million worth of insurance for $10,000, $20,000 worth of equipment. Okay? It's insane that you want. Let me explain something to you. If there's any venue owners listening, let me explain something on the insurance on that. Let me learn a venue owner.
Here he goes.
Okay? Let me learn you on this. Okay? DJ companies only go up to about $2.5 million worth of insurance. Anything under that, you have to go under a different insurance umbrella before you can get insured for $4 million, okay? Citi Field doesn't even ask for $4 million in insurance, okay? So the fact that a venue is asking for $4 million for $20,000 worth of equipment, is embarrassing. Like, I don't see how that's okay. That's just the venue trying to get you to use one of their house vendors. And it's just insane. It doesn't make any sense. No DJ company is going to pay an additional $500, $600, $700 for insurance for the night so they can cover your wedding. It's just one person jabbing the other. And that's really the problem in this industry for me. It's not that we're not a great industry. It's just that everybody's jabbing everybody. Like, you're charging the client full price for us to eat? Serve us the food. Serve us the food. Don't give us chicken and rice that's, or salmon that's left over.
We use Vinny as an excuse, but it's really not an excuse. If you put fish on this table, you better have an EpiPen. True story. So we're excluded from fish. C4 don't get fish.
Nobody eats fish, bro. No, I don't know any 25, 30-year-old DJ that's going to eat fish. Like, just stop
I'll have the
it.
salmon. I'm going to the bathroom. Cut.
A lot of posts. You post your son. You post Nugget. Like, everybody knows
Nugget,
right?
yo, it's
You know what I'm
crazy,
saying?
bro.
Like, everybody knows that. So I want to talk to you. Like, that's
I'm
your
an open
brand?
book.
That's your brand. Like, that's your face. Like, you're posting everything. Me at my production page, I keep it more professional, right? And then I have DJ Fiinest, my personal.
Yep.
So like, you kind of put two in one.
So it's actually funny because you're rolling, right?
Yeah,
All right,
right. Just get close to the mics because we can't.
So to go back to what you were saying with the branding and the marketing, it's actually really funny because quite a few people have asked me, like personal people. I'm an open book. I'll tell you anything you want to know. That's dead serious. It's just a personal brand, bro. It's crazy. Like I didn't realize what I was doing. I didn't go to school for marketing.
Yeah.
And also, we've had this conversation hundreds of times, and realistically, you're younger than me, but how many friends do you have in your industry, in this industry? Probably not many.
Not
I
many.
can relate that you work 90 hours, 100 hours a week. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's hard. So when people are like, I have one friend, he's probably going to watch this. I'm going to give him the middle finger. It's my buddy Al. He's always like, bro, you're like a social worker. You always have the camera in your hand, but you didn't realize that this is the way of the world. Like, content is the way of the world. So when you ask me, like you did before, like the personal brand, this, that, I never had a direction on what I was going in. It just happened.
Well, that's your personality. I mean, this is my first time meeting you, and it's like you're the same person I see on Instagram.
Oh, I'm not. I'm far from fake.
Yeah.
I'm far from fake.
Yeah.
I'm 100%. That's just me.
Hard to fake that.
Yeah.
It's hard to fake who I am, bro. Your nipples are hard again, Mike.
No.
It's not even
I will
cold in
see
here.
some-
So a little bit about. Go ahead.
He just did touch on something that was actually very, 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 very smart and a lead in too. Is that you said like you are the brand. He said like you are the brand, and the truth is that he is the brand. So I am the brand, and you are your brand. Like, we're all DJs. So DJing is not a brand. You're the brand. When you're there, how you do it, how you mix, how you transition, how you MC, that's the brand. So and that's also a beautiful thing about the entertainment industry is that I can't be Chris, and Chris can't be me, and we can't be you. So,
But I didn't realize that in my 20s at your age. I didn't know that.
but we also didn't have the accessibility that we do now.
Correct.
We had
I-
nothing back then.
Bro, the first time eating, I'll lay it on the table like I say to everybody that knows me. I'm an open book. You can ask me any question you want. I wish I knew then what I know now. I wish, especially at your age. I see the stuff you're producing and what you're doing, and you can't fake the love that you have for it. But I'm going to ask you questions too, like same way you ask me questions, because I like to know the business aspect of what goes through your 20-year-old head. I'm going to ask you shit like that,
Yeah.
and you can ask me because I'm an open book. I'm going to tell you, and it's not to dig or pry into your business. I really don't care. I just like talking business to professionals. So your question, reiterate how the Chris Ox brand came about. I can't even tell you, dude. It was like high school. I was like, bro, you're built like an ox. It was like an ox. All right. Then there was another kid in high school named Ox. He wanted to fight me. So I'm like, all right, I'm Chris Ox now. Like, bro, I'll fight you over a fucking nickname. And matter of fact, that dude, J Ox, I still talk to him. Motherfucker want to beat me up. We still talk. His mom owned the bar back in Staten Island. She was like, the liquor license is going bad. I kept the place alive for 5 years, no liquor license. We were rocking, you know what I'm saying? Like the shit I was doing 19, 20, 25.
Yeah.
We were just, the bar scene, we just kept it rocking. But the cross branding or whatever, it's just, there was no direction, dude. I used
It was destiny. You just
social media for what it was for.
Yeah,
You know what I
just
mean?
have it.
Like, that's it. And what I truly hate is, like, I hate to even say this, but like I went to a networking event last night. And you see some dudes, whether it's real estate, mortgage, insurance, this, that, the motherfuckers live a lie. That fake shit, I have no shoes on right now, everybody. Here you go. Like, these motherfuckers, like, they live a lie.
Yeah,
you rented a car to do a photo shoot? The fuck out of here.
It's a facade.
Like, I hate that shit.
But that's also
dude.
sales.
I understand, but
you
I think real sells, though. You know what I mean?
does.
You're real on your shit. You're putting out real content like I do.
Yeah, but there's also the whole fact of, the facade that, people look at the kind of car you pull up in, they look at the kind of clothes that you wear. When they sit down with you from scratch, they're judging you based on your first appearance. So it is both.
Understandable.
It is both.
But
Real wins at the end. Real wins. The person who sits there whoever sits with somebody for the longest and has an educated conversation and teaches them something while they're sitting there, that person's winning. I don't care. Education is everything. You can educate them about DJing and how an event is supposed to be ran, and they're going to sit with you and be like, man, I didn't get that information from my venue. I didn't get it from my photographer. I didn't get anything, but I got it from my DJ. And they're going to be like, that's my guy. That's my guy. I mean, whatever Mike says, whatever Chris says, whatever they say, I'm going with because I was educated.
Trust factor.
Yeah.
Big trust factor.
Photography and video, this happens a lot. People book their photography and their video before they book their DJ sometimes. I get it. Pictures are great, very important. Nothing's more important than DJ. But when I get someone to sit down with me for DJ, they're asking me, who do you work with for photography and video? Because they know that we do weddings every weekend. Like, who do you see?
Yeah.
Who do you see in the industry every single weekend? And when they go and they say, so-and-so, like, yeah, of course, I worked with him last Sunday. He's great. No problem. If you love him, he's in the running.
You got to like what he produces.
Yeah.
Same thing with entertainment.
100%. So before we get started, what's your Instagram?
So I have two Instagrams. I have DJ Fiinest, DJ Fiinest. That's my personal one. That's more like bars and just me and my friends.
We all started. We all did that stuff. That's
and
cool.
then my production one is Montez Productions. Montez Pro, Montez Pro. That's the more like behind the scenes, weddings. More for, right? Would you guys agree that most of our clients are mostly female when it comes to weddings?
Yeah, whatever.
Right? So like that one's more like female catered, like, for the brides. Anytime I have like a inquiry, I'm like, hey, check out our Instagram.
Yeah, me too. My
just,
website is so behind in years, and I just launched a new one, and I just can't keep up with it.
Yeah, it's very hard, especially being a one-man team.
It sucks, bro.
Are you a one-man team?
Yeah, just me. So I wanted to kind of piggyback off what you guys said about being the brand. I think now I'm starting, not too much, a little bit, but like people want me specifically. They want me. And then when I'm booked already, I got to try to sell like my team or my, my partners who have their
That's the problem.
That's the small little problem I'm having now. Luckily, it's going good. But going back to the realness thing, like, hey, I just keep it real, They give me a call. I'm like, hey, man, I'm not a salesman. I'm not trying to sell you my $10,000 package, but I recommend you get 20 uplights opposed from 10, right? And stuff like that. Just trying to keep it real, let them know, like, hey, this is what I do for a living. Back to the photography, videography thing. Like, we do this, whatever, two weekends out of the week times 52. This is our day. This is our day job. We don't have a side job,
Right.
So I let people know, like, I do this full time. You're not getting someone who's running, getting out of work at 2 p.m. and running to your wedding. Like, I wake up at 10 a.m. and I'm prepping for your wedding the day of, So,
where do you work a lot of your events? Like, what venues have you been at recently, or?
They're all over the place. I'm still trying to get in like that preferred vendor list, which I know takes time. And
you don't need it.
Well, what I'm trying to say is like make connections, But the good thing is when I show up places now, they I remember you from a couple months ago. You were here last year, so that's pretty refreshing.
Nice.
You know what? I get a lot of. We dabbled on. I don't know if you're married or not or any kids. I mean. But like I try and go out as much as I can with my wife, and it's wild because she's like a girl came up to us at the beach on Monday, and they're like, "You're not gonna say hi?" And I'm like, "What's up?" She's like, "Oh, I work at Park Chateau." I'm like, "Oh, I didn't even recognize you." I was like joking around. I was like, "Oh, I'm not on the preferred vendors list." She's like, "You're there enough. You don't need to be on it." And I'm like, "Oh shit!" Like I stay as humble as can be. I'll never let my head get bigger than it is fucking physically. Yeah. Like I'm not that dude. Like, oh, I seen you. She's like, you remember we were in the back, you were filming with the robot. We were laughing because you were telling the robot guy, hurry up. Yeah, because it was taking too long, and the party would have ended. Like, she remembered me running the show in the kitchen, yelling at the robot guy. But I'll never, just like I said, the preferred vendor listing, I don't think people really rock with that too much anymore.
I think it becomes more of a service.
Yes.
It's like more of a service. It's not, it depends on where you're working at too, though, but it does become more of a service.
Well, like when you first started, I started many years ago. I was like, oh, my goal is to become on the preferred vendor list. It's like one of those small goals.
I'm talking to you real. I would never steer anyone in their 20s in the wrong direction. I had zero guidance in this industry. Straight up zero guidance. Us growing up was a straight competition factor with people. No one talked like this. No one did any of this. There was no social media. There was none of that. It was straight hand-to-hand combat, guerrilla marketing, handing out flyers, T-shirts, headbands when we were in our 20s. Remember we used to wear the fucking headbands?
Yeah.
But that's just what it is. Like, you don't need it. Like, you have this, bro.
Yeah, I know.
You have this.
But also on the flip side, we're also older than you. So like for you at 28, 30, I mean, it might help. It might be great for you to get 50 events a year out of a venue.
Here's my thing. I've been offered preferred vendor list 15, 20 times. I've respectfully declined them because I could see the way you're operating, and if you don't have the team or even somebody remotely close to an eighth of the energy and passion you have, it's going to bite you in the ass.
It's just going to be a lot on you.
Yeah.
Because it's all going to fall on you.
It's all going to fall on you.
But that could also push you to the next level. See, that's the way I always looked at it. And like, something else that comes along is going to push me to do something that I'm not doing. Like, if picking up a nice venue that gives me 50, 75 jobs a year, 50 weddings a year, 50 jobs a year, like, I'm going to go get that staff. Like, I'm going to go get it because I want the event. I'm housed right now in Long Island at Mutton Town Club, which is it's basically a private golf club, but they started doing weddings like
Rich.
15.
Rich.
Yeah, I get it, but 15. but I went after that house account. I did a wedding there. I love the grounds. Shout out to Mutton Town Club and what they're doing over there. The food is phenomenal.
Do you golf?
I do. I do. I'm not like religiously, but I do. I'm not good either.
Invite me to the Mutton Town Club.
I do it for the. I can never remember the drinks that are called that go around in the cart. The
I just want to drive the golf cart.
You know what
bro.
I'm saying, anyway.
Sending that thing.
My point is that
Mike, you're fired, and take your friend out of here. He just jumped the golf course of the sixth hole.
It's fun. It's a fun day out with the friends if you could do it. But anyway, my point is that with the vendorship, like I fought for that vendorship. Like I wanted that. I went to a wedding there. It's 25 minutes from my house. They were building from the but this is also where I'm different. They're not doing 150 weddings yet. They're doing 30 weddings.
Yeah.
Their focus is them right now. Their focus is not getting me work. Now, it's nice that they have me to lean on. That, hey, this is what we work with MVP. This is their stuff. Check them out. They call me. I wine and dine. I do my thing. If I get it, great. I booked like 5-6 weddings out of there already. I've only been there since October. But that's a lot for them because they're not doing 150 weddings a year. But for me, when I went in there, I said, I want to build with you. Because my 5-year plan was, I want to retire here. I want to say that I'm the event coordinator here with my team, with the catering manager, and say I was here from the beginning. Mike's been here from the beginning. We've built the wedding industry together. That's where I'm at in my career. But when I was younger, it was I want a vendorship because I want to do 50 weddings a year more. Now, if that's going to help you, then that's going to drive you to get people to work with you. More money coming in, more people you could pay.
Yeah.
Less money coming in,
More
you
money,
can't pay.
more problems.
You can't.
You know who said that?
It's a double-edged sword. But
Yes.
you know, would you rather have no money coming in and have problems, or would you rather have more money coming in and have problems?
Rather
Like
have
the
more
problems are
problems, yeah.
different. The problems are different. You know, so. Plus, it opens up more doors and it allows you to entertain other industries and other businesses and expand because you're an enterprise, you're self-employed. So DJing is not going to make you a millionaire DJing. So, but it will do is open up doors. The liquidity is always great for DJs. And if the right position comes up, you could say, hey, I want to get involved with this. I want to invest in that.
Right.
If you don't do that the right way and start that tree from the beginning, you're never going to be able to write the check when you have to. You got to be able to write the check.
Well, that's why it's one of my goals because I want to experiment. I want to see if it's worth it or not.
So
If it's not,
right.
then-
So
then
you have to start looking at revenue streams. You have to start looking at the DJ business as a business. You have to say, okay, this is my main revenue stream. I'm going to go to work. I'm going to bring this money in, but I'm going to entertain other things and see what grabs my attention. And then when you're ready to make that move, it might be 6-7 years from now, but when it is and it comes up, you say, okay, I'm ready to go. I'm going to write the check. And then you're going to go and you're going to have another business going on at the same time. But, you know, right now you're in the building mode for DJ. So you have to say, okay, this is my entity and say, where is the most revenue stream coming in? Is it coming in from Sweet 16s? Then I need to kill Sweet 16s.
I hate Sweet 16s. They're
Everybody hates Sweet 16s, but you're 28 years old. The wedding industry is a very, very hard industry to get into. It is not easy. Seriously. It took me 7 years to really get into the industry where I was doing 70, 80 weddings a year. And I hear people say they do 200. Nobody's doing 150, 200 weddings a year. Nobody's doing that. It's so ridiculous.
Everybody bullshits.
It's so ridiculous.
And I hate to
like,
say that.
like him, I'm straightforward. If I just told you that I do one wedding a night. So how is it possible that I'm doing 150 weddings a year? It's like that means 50% of the year I'm doing weddings. That's impossible. Like that's not happening.
Right.
So I'll do 50, 60 weddings a year. That's it. I have 14 weddings in August. Fine. Like I'm good. I'm happy. But it took me 7 years and longer to get to that point. So anything that you're going to do, that's why I was saying you need to focus on it, because it's going to take you a while to really conquer that industry. So don't be like, I'm a DJ company, I do everything. Because if you do that, you don't do anything superior. And then how do you say, how does somebody do an engagement party for $600 and then you're going to charge them $7,000 to do a wedding? Yeah. It's impossible. You can't do it.
I think one gentleman who I had a conversation with about 5 years ago, he looked at me. I'll never forget it. He's probably going to be watching this, and I'll never forget. He's on a fucking scissor lift hanging drapery at the Southgate Manor. And I was like, yo, man, I follow like the stuff you do. It's amazing, this, that. And I don't know how the conversation turned, but he's like, what's your goal? I'm like, I don't know. I want to fucking work. This is only 5 years ago. I was like, I just want to work, you know? And there was no goal. There's no plan. There's no plan in this. You can't plan shit unless you're making a ton of money and you're investing. So I'm like, I'll never forget it. I was like, bro, how the hell you do jobs that big? He's like, do you want to be a $300 communion DJ or do you want to be a $3,000 communion DJ? And I looked at him. I was like, I don't understand what that means. Like, he's like, you confused? I'm like, I guess. He's like, you got to be financially prepared to turn away $1,300 jobs to be the next thing. From that point on, that was like the only advice I was ever given. From that point on, when people sat with me for communions, I'm like, I just did your brother-in-law's wedding the night before. How am I going to do your communion for 500?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like whatever the numbers were. Yeah. And then it was like, people were like, oh, bro, I wish I had your clientele. It's not my clientele. It's how you execute. Like, we only knew the disco girls at fucking weddings. Now I got them doing communions with me. Or this or that. But also areas that you're targeting to are a big key factor. Like I started in Staten Island, the demographic of people, that excuse my terminology, it's a big dick contest there. It's, they did this, I got to do that. Like, did this. Like I have people calling me, it's like all the time. Like, I seen you with Alicia Keys. Yeah, 1 week I was with Alicia Keys. The next week I was providing a white horse for a birthday girl to ride in on at Angelina's. Like, it was just being different and being creative, which made the Chris Ox brand the way it was. But there's also history behind the Chris Ox brand. Like, I did everything. Now I stay in my own lane. Like, I had $40,000-$50,000 of hard-earned money tied up in furniture till you realize that you need climate-controlled storage or it just disintegrates. Like, I did that. Like, you know, people are getting into the Sparks now. We had the Sparks from Cheven, and that wasn't even the company at the time. It was the company out of Florida where you needed the card to do it. Sparktacular, $25,000 for Sparks. You know, that was 2015. Like, I have the day we unboxed them. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, people are like doing tutorials on sparklers. I'm like, okay, 2015, buddy. Yeah. Or like the tubes. No one had Estera tubes, only Long Island mitzvah companies, where there's hedge funds behind them and people throwing money to the companies because millions a year in the mitzvah industry in Long Island. Nobody had them. Now you're getting knockoffs, which is cool. Keep it going. Because now I have brides that, if they do come in or if we do it over the phone, they're telling me that Intelligent Light shows 4 tube lights. No doubt. I'm with it. I'll go to work on a Honda Civic now. You know what I'm saying? You want to go do a wedding with 2 Evox 8s and 4 tubes? I'm with it. We'll do it. Like, I don't turn work down, but like that's just the Chris Ox brand always kind of like moved and shaped a little different. And I wish I had guidance. They just do it all on my own and just figured it out.
Well, you're going to do the same thing, bro, because that's what happens. You know, you're 28. You're going to go through your next 12 years, and you're going to do what
crazy ups and downs.
Yeah, and you're going to do whatever you want to do too. Like you know, our journey, my journey, his journey is different than your journey. You know, you have different contacts, different networks, different people you work with that are going to embrace you, and they're going to push you to different positions and different areas, and then in 12 years from now, you'll look back and say, man, that ride was fun. Because it's fun for us. I mean, I'm having a great time. You have a great time.
I enjoy it. It's very stressful. It's very stressful because I'm never happy.
It's stressful because our staffing sucks. That's why it's stressful. Back in the day, the dedicated guys, we used to be people's employees. We were dedicated. We used to work. It was there. What's the schedule for the week? Let's go. We were ready to go. All weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We didn't have weekends. Now it's different. I've been saying this, and I'm going to say it right here live too. Kids today, guys your age and younger, maybe not you per se because you're here obviously, but different, when we were growing up, We used to run our social life around work. Your generation, and I'm gonna sound like a grandpa and people are gonna hate on me, but your generation runs your work schedule around your social life. It's very different. We didn't go to family parties. We were the family parties. It was Saturday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We were working doubles, sleeping in parking lots to do bar mitzvahs on Saturday morning from Friday night. We worked five. If I didn't work 5 parties in a weekend, I was unhappy. It's the way we were. But now I get guys, and not anybody in particular, but they come, they go, but I'm like, hey, you available on Sunday? Oh, no, I have plans. What does that mean? Nothing is more important than money.
Well, those are the same guys complaining they don't have money for something.
Right?
Thank you.
Right? Or they make 400 one week, and the next week they paid their bills. So I'm going to take off next week because I made 400 last week.
So I didn't tell you guys, I don't know if you know, but I also own 2 other companies. I own the DJ company. I started a moving company during COVID.
Smart.
And then last October, I started a Christmas light company.
I know a few people that do that. That's great money.
So,
but that's not taking you away from catering to your clients and your DJ.
No, not at all. So
and your DJ business is probably your main bread and butter.
Yeah, so it's always DJ number 1, moving
100%.
2, and lights number 2.
Go ahead. I don't mean to cut you.
But going back to the whole, I deal with that all the time with my workers. They'll confirm, hey, we got a moving job, next week. Confirm, and then the night before, oh, I can't. I got to do this, or I'm like, come on, man. Like, you're fucking up the whole team, Yeah. So I deal with that. It's very stressful.
Yeah,
so
I don't.
And that's the number one reason why I don't do more than 1 party in a night, because I can only rely on my core 3 or 4 guys. Those guys are there with me every single week, every single party. Those are my guys. Other than that, yeah, people sprinkle in, but I'm not putting it it's very hard to put together another whole crew, and then also to hold somebody down a year in advance. Okay, I need John. Are you available December 9th? It's January. Like, my whole event relies on his life. It's very hard to do that. Very hard. It's just not worth the stress.
Luckily for me, my 2 main guys do this full time too.
That's great.
That's great.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, bro. That's awesome.
Are you the only owner or they're partners?
No, I'm the main owner of Montez Pro, but then what I was going to say after that was I have a buddy, my partner Chris Higgins. He owns Limitless Entertainment. So him and I were in that same circle. I need a guy. He uses my guy. I need one of his guys. I use one of his guys.
Now let me ask you a question now, because this is really big over here. Does that mess your client's head up with marketing?
At first, maybe when we first present it, yes. But once we let him know, hey, this is my partner Chris. He also owns his own company, but he works with me. And then I have videos of Chris on my Instagram working under Montez Pro.
That's pretty dope.
And then vice versa.
Never fly in Brooklyn. It's not.
And then vice versa, Chris has videos of me working for Limitless. But
that's a good trust factor.
I don't think that
wouldn't work.
Let me get a little bit more deeper.
Okay, go.
Him and I have been working. We actually met when we were doing teen nights when we were 14 years old.
No shit.
So
where were you guys doing teen nights?
At Fire and Ice on Route 1.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Fire and Ice. So we met doing teen nights, and him and I just always been eye to eye. Eye to eye, like, hey, this is your company. I'm not going to be giving out my business cards. And we could talk. We could have a whole conversation about ethics too, which I have a whole lot of stories about other DJs.
Yeah.
But my partner Chris, who owns Limitless, him and I just came up together since high school, and now we're doing our thing. He has X amount of weddings. I have my own. Hey Juan, I just got a double booking. Do you want to book it under Limitless? Sure. I literally just booked them, so I'm going on vacation in September. A lady literally just called me. She goes, "I love your content, Juan. I want to work with you." I'm like, hey, unfortunately, I'm going on vacation that day. But if you're okay with it, we could hire someone for my team. So then, I put the ball in their court. Do they want to still book with us or not? And if they do, then that's when I ask Chris or someone else in my team if they're available.
Do they give you a commission on that?
No, I book everything under me.
It's different. It's him.
Yeah, it's under me.
Oh, Chris does it under him.
Not. There's no thing. He's booking his guys out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Chris performs for you.
Yeah, Chris performs for me.
So Chris is going to work under a salary, correct?
Exactly. Yeah, Chris is working under me. Everything's under Montez.
So what happens if Chris? Right? What happens if Chris books his? I'm just playing devil's advocate. What happens if Chris books his own wedding for the same day?
He would have to send someone else for him. That's the level of trust.
So for his company,
yes,
he's sending somebody else to do your wedding for you.
No. So listen.
I'm playing devil's advocate.
I know, and I love that. So let's say,
it's true, right?
So listen, the date is September 13th, right? And you're unavailable. You're available. You don't have nothing going for you
right now.
Are you going to take what I'm giving you, or are you going to wait till something for your own comes?
No, I agree with you because it's so close. The chances of me booking a wedding if I'm available is very slim. So I'm going to tell you, yeah, no problem, bro. I'm available. I'll put it down. But 4 days later, I get a call for a wedding on that day.
It's just word is bond. You got to
That's
That's good for a young
If
age.
you guys can- if you guys can-
But here's the thing. What if the tables
you
were
guys
turned?
are only 28 years old.
What if the tables were turned? You would feel some type of way if I did that to you.
You would 100%.
But of course, we would play devil's advocate. All right, let's see who else is available. Maybe we could send it. But the client in the contract already has Chris as the head entertainer, and that's happened several times. I've been on the receiving end, and I also work with I work with two main companies. I work with Limitless and Jimmy Hemp Pro from North Arlington. Those are my two main guys. Anybody outside of that is just nonsense to me.
Awesome.
So those are my three main core like companies that I work with, and then my own. So it's like the three, me in the middle, and then.
See where I want to continue to play devil's advocate for a second on this
Good.
situation.
I'm listening.
So what I'm seeing, like what I feel, because I've been through this as well. I had a partner for a long time, and then we separated. So when we were younger, your age, it was a different mentality and different responsibility. We weren't married, we had no kids. Like it was different. We were working together. Okay, you make this, I make that, no big deal. But then 7 years later, you're 34, 35 years old. Both of you are married. Both of you have kids. And the situation changes, right? 'Cause you have a mortgage or whatever the case is. So now the way that it's looked at as, well, I know I signed on to do this job for you for $600-700. I'm doing this wedding for you, but I could book a wedding for $4,000. Like now I can't book the $4,000 wedding because I'm working for you for $600. Like, what do we do? And they're like, well, you signed on to this contract, but I can make $3,000 if I go work the other way.
And we have had issues like that before.
So that's why I asked you before, is there a commission base in the sense of like, listen, Chris, you're getting your salary plus 15% of that job for being there and not taking on another event for the
All
night.
right, so yeah, so him and I, we really don't do that. I just take a small little cut. So let's say it's a $3,000 wedding. I'm going to take my deposit, my $500 deposit.
Correct.
Chris gets $2,500. He'll pay his staff, whatever he wants
So
to
you
do
get a
with it.
booking fee.
Yeah,
I'm cool
but
with
once
that.
again, it's my brand. Something happens, 1-star review, you know,
Right, it's the shit on the back end that you
Yeah.
have to worry about as a business owner.
But-
get it completely.
Yeah, but the thing is, I've been on the other end. Chris has done the same. Hey, I'm double booked. Can you represent me? And I go there as, you know, Limitless Entertainment.
You know what? I'm going to be very open and honest. That's an awesome relationship you have with people like that.
Yeah.
That's dope. I mean that sincerely. That's great.
Thank you. Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
seriously.
just going back to the experience thing, it comes with the time. I had bad partnerships before, and they're
Yeah.
not necessarily
Partnerships.
but we, as DJs, we call them partnerships.
Correct.
And that's bit me in the ass several times because people don't understand it. But this is a partnership right
No,
here.
see, like the other, yeah. But because what happens is that normally in partnerships, the hard part of the partnership is that one person is bringing in more revenue than the other. So when you go and you say, okay, Mike's great, Chris is great, but Mike does $150,000 worth of work a year, and Chris does $250,000 of work a year. Now Chris is saying, okay, well, Mike's going on vacation, he's not available. I'm bringing in
Tries to fuck
$250,000.
the fancy
Right.
car that's
Yeah.
outside.
Right.
Scum big.
Yeah. So like
Well,
that's the problem. Because again, saying at 28, it's different because you're not at that point yet where you're bringing in hundreds of thousands maybe. So the difference is that you're like, okay, like look, right now we're doing our thing. Let's build. Let's see what's going on. When you start going 5 years down the road, if you take off and you're like, dude, I'm doing 250,000 this year. You're doing 80.
Well,
That's where the situation comes. Where we're
Well,
like, oh, you want me
Chris-
to do a wedding for you for $500, but I can make $6,000 tonight? That's a problem. Again,
but
playing
that's
devil's
business.
advocate.
No, and
Even if we were like contractors and builders, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
You want me to go change a door frame
Yeah.
for 200, or I could be given an estimate on a roofing job for 15,000.
But
it's the same concept.
Going back to what we were talking about, independent contractors. So like Chris technically is an independent contractor for that night. So where Chris would normally get $2,000 to start for a wedding, he's getting $1,500, $1,200, which I am totally supportive of that. I have a company that I work with. When I have available dates, I always book out my calendar, obviously. He'll send me dates. I'm like, bro, send me whatever dates you want. He sends me the dates he needs help with. He lost a couple of guys. I said, no problem. Send me the dates. I take whatever dates I can work or with anything I want to work. I send it back to him. I'm like, yo, I got you. I'm working for a fraction
of what you would
of
make
what I
as an
work
owner,
for.
of course.
But it's not about that for me. I have my jobs. It's about helping him because he needs somebody that he can lean on and not go crazy. Because that's what happens. You're going to go out of your mind. You're just going to go out of your mind, bro.
That's a legit partnership.
100%.
Now, would you do that with someone else you just met? No, because that's over the time relationships you guys built. So back to my partner Chris, we've we met together. We literally, I want to say, started DJing together because I've been DJing since I was like 12.
That's awesome.
But I met him when I was 14, and then we just came up, same town. We lived
great.
10 minutes away.
That's cool.
That's great.
Yeah.
And that's
Good
the best
story.
way for it to happen, because a lot of times it doesn't happen until later in life. And when it does happen in later in life,
you get
I have
screwed.
mine, you have yours. It's hard
Yeah.
to intertwine the two.
Well, yeah, we had talks like that. Like, should we put together? But at the end of the day, like, back to the C4 brand. Montez Pro brand. Chris has his own Limitless brand. So we just keep it together. But people know it. People see us together. They know we work together.
Where's Chris, out of Jersey too?
Yeah, we're both from Edison. Yeah, he was a grade older than me. He was class of 13. I was 14. But, for example, now all our friends are getting married. So they always have to
Oh,
pick.
see, that's another fun
Yeah,
part.
but here's the thing. Chris and I, we know there's money to be made. So, for example, we have a buddy who got married. They're brothers. Montez Pro did the younger brother's wedding. And then the older brother contacted Chris, right? And that's okay. Chris will still hire me to be a DJ. I'll make a small cut. But they all know in our town that we work together. It doesn't matter. And money to me, luckily, I've never been greedy about it. I know there's scumbags that try to steal from you, give out their own business cards. And that's just people you don't work with. That's it.
Yeah.
They're the ones that, don't bite the hand that feeds. That's
We
pretty much.
We just
We
did a
just
whole
was talking
episode
about
on it.
that before, bro. It's
It's
crazy.
literally what we just spoke about.
It's funny because, like, I don't even know if we chatted about it. I still, to this day, I covered a job this year. No, it wasn't this year. Last year. One table near the DJ, which was the best table at the party. I covered it for someone. I'll release who I covered it for anyway. It was like a end of the year term party. End of the school year, the teachers are wilding out. One table next to me was body animals in a good way, dancing on tables, partying, whatever. So I said, ladies had a good night, doing what I do. You guys had a great night? Yeah. Principal, this one. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Girl, a little out of tuned up on the fucking Pinot Grigio. Nothing. You're a liar. I said, you sound like my ex-wife, like joking around. She's like, but she was laughing. I'm like, what did I lie about? She's like, you're not blah, blah, blah productions. I says, yes, I am. She goes, you're a fucking liar. You're C4. I says, no, I'm not. And I knew where it was going.
Of course.
I'm
Not
true to
tonight.
my word. I'm Mike Vecchia Productions. Like, leave it alone. So I seen her out at Cousins one night, and the two women that were yelling at me were there. So I'm with my wife. My wife's like, who are they? She's like, they're talking about you. I was like, you're not Trio. They're yelling at me from across the room. I says, I'm Trio. I'm Gary's Italian brother. Gary's Jewish. Like, as a joke. And I still, to this day, if they see me out, yeah, all right, Trio. Like that. I'm true to my word. I've been fucked before. Whether you know it or not, I'm C4. I'm Trio tonight.
I think it's nice to work for another company once in a blue if you can. Seriously, I mean, I don't know why it's so frowned upon. It's not a bad thing. Like, you see what other companies are doing as well. Like, sometimes you might get something that you never really see. If you're doing weddings only for yourself and you're the only ones that you're watching, you're just gonna keep doing the same thing over and over and over again.
I went out last Monday afternoon to see what DJs are playing down the Jersey Shore.
Yeah.
I'd seen enough. I needed to see what I needed to see, and that was it.
I'll give you an example. So I work with Limitless Entertainment. I work with Jimmy Hemp Productions. Jimmy Hemp is kind of your guys' age. He's a lot older. He has more
He
clientele.
said you
than
got
me.
grades.
Yeah,
a lot older.
He's a lot older than me, right? Because you said I'm young, right? So Jimmy's been doing it as long as you guys.
Awesome.
Has many more accounts, and now here comes the social media problem. He's tagging DJ Fiinest. People are, Jimmy Hemp is tagging DJ Fiinest. Then they see DJ Fiinest.
Yep.
So I did a wedding 2-3 years ago, and some girl DM'd me, hey, I was at so-and-so's wedding, which was a Jimmy Hemp wedding, and she DM'd me directly. Now, there's two things you could do. You could either be like, hey, this is...
I was waiting for this part of the story.
Yeah, there's two things
Go
you
ahead.
could do.
We just spoke about this for 20 minutes. Go ahead.
You could do, hey, let's book Montez Pro, or hey, that wasn't my wedding, that was Jimmy Hemp's. Go to Jimmy Hemp's profile and book through them. Obviously, I did the right thing, right? Because at the end of the day, I don't care what nobody says. They're going to find out.
Oh, yeah.
One way or another, they're going to find out. And that's never crossed my mind, devil's advocate type thing, right?
Yep.
But it's just, hey, this was Jimmy Hemp's wedding. At Jimmy Hemp Pro, go, DM him. I'll screenshot it, send it to Jimmy, let him know. And then obviously I ended up doing the wedding with Jimmy, but I told the girl, hey, this wasn't my wedding. Good to see you. And guess who was at the wedding? The wedding that I did
Of
was
course.
there, right?
It's the same network.
Yeah, it's just
Of
they're gonna
Of
find out
course,
one.
same girls.
That's why I'm not going to say picking your brain. That would be the wrong choice of words. Just hearing, eventually this story you said was going to come out.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, it happens all the time.
Especially
it happens all
with
the time.
social media.
Like, and the whole point of you saying, I want to get house accounts, and then you have to trust DJs and MCs. I mean, DJs are the biggest I don't want to say it online, but see you next Tuesdays. They
It just-
are,
but it doesn't
because
make
they don't
s-
want to put the work in. You understand?
money,
90.
it's
It's
It just
right.
doesn't make
It's
sense
the-
to
it's
me
the
though.
liquidity, bro.
It
It's
never
liquidity.
makes sense to me. Like,
Everybody wants fast money. They don't look at long term.
You're
But look at
making
this,
doctor
you're
money.
ma-
You're making doctor money over the weekend.
that's what I'm saying.
impossible.
Like, whatever, you make X amount a year with this one company, you're gonna ruin it for one fucking party.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. They
100%.
ruined it. You're 100%
You're
right.
100%
It's
right.
been
It
ruined.
just never made sense to me.
It's gonna
My
happen to
cutoff
you.
game is like a tarnished ex-girlfriend.
Yeah.
Once I cut you,
It's
you're
gonna
out.
you think it's not? It's gonna happen to you too, bro. You just haven't brought in that guy yet. Once you bring in that guy,
No,
once
it
you
has
try-
happened to me.
Oh,
Yes,
it has.
you're
All right.
No, it
fine.
has
So,
happened. What I'm
once you
saying, it
expand-
just doesn't make sense. But going back to the moving company, that's the type of people I deal with. You know,
different
it's
industry
tough.
though. Moving guys, like those are guys
I
that
always
you know,
use this analogy. Everyone's like friends of mine. Bro, you're always on edge. You're always this and that. I says, I look at a buddy of mine. I'm like, bro, your daughter's wedding's tomorrow, right? Your daughter. Let's just use an example. Your daughter's wedding's tomorrow. Do you understand what happens tomorrow when something goes wrong? I don't know, because you've never been in that fucking position. I'm with you now. We're at a rehearsal dinner, your wedding, and I'm looking at the guys that are scheduled for tomorrow's job, and I see they're down this shore, this, that. Who knows if they're like waking up in time? Who knows what's going to happen? This, that.
Most
Bro,
likely not.
they don't get it. Like a lot of people don't get like when you care as much as I do or people at this table do. You're walking on eggshells. There's no redo. Moving company you have. All the power to you. That's dope. Hey, Jim, Melissa and Jim, I apologize. Truck's broken down. We're going to be there tomorrow morning.
that's how.
You're not going cross country. You're going to a town or two over, hypothetically speaking. Juan, no problem. We got it. I says, look, you know what? Maybe we're just going to come over, get some things in order with you. You break the ice, make them feel comfortable. You come back tomorrow with the truck. Or because of lack of staff. There's no redo. There's no redo. Once again, there's no redo in this.
Good
Yeah.
point.
Let me ask you a question. How many
Shot.
steps ahead are you in general? And just
I'm
in life.
I'm 5 years ahead. But
Oh, me? I should be 55 pounds the way I'm 100 miles an hour ahead. I got 20-year-old kids that work with me now. I love them. We almost killed each other on Sunday, but they can't believe I'm going to predict a lie they're going to tell me.
Yeah.
And my biggest lie is this: I am a tarnished ex-girlfriend. I'm already tarnished. I'm done. It's not healthy.
I'm at least in September. That's for sure.
Oh no.
Exactly. So that's how
I'm
we
at
think
least
as
September.
entrepreneurs, as business owners, right? When I have the same person, the same age as me, whether they're into music or not, or I'm teaching them how to roll wires up or take the power out of the moving head, I'm like, what are you going to do next? Like, you should already know what you're doing next. You're going to put the moving head in the box. You're going to take the speaker down. And that's what I try to teach my guys. They can't do it.
Yeah.
They can't do it. And that just, it bothers me because we're so used to it. And I understand you got to train someone. It takes some time. But don't you think by the third, fourth event, they should know where the moving head box is?
Don't get me fucking started.
Right?
Don't get me started. Please don't get me started. Please.
Before he takes over this conversation.
That's why I want to bring it up. Because
Before he takes over this conversation, I'm just gonna say, they're doing you a favor.
Yes.
They're doing you a favor. You doesn't matter that you're paying them. They are doing you a favor being at work. That's the problem. You're not doing them a favor by paying them. They're doing you a favor by showing up and moving your shit around. That's the problem. You're literally a weekend job. They're doing you a favor for showing up. And next week they ain't showing up. They're going to go do something else. I'm not available. I can't make it. Anytime they're there, they're doing you a favor. Now you can have a conversation.
So my joke right now, like as of like a week and a half ago, everyone's like C4. I'm like, it's Chris Oxen, 4 Misfits. That's C4. I've built a team, and I love them to death. They're at my house. They're like children to me. If I have to go buy them fucking sneakers 10 minutes before the job, I will. It's just the way of the world now. I came from a nothing, so I can relate to where they are. I mean, how many fucking times I gotta tell you motherfuckers that I bought you garment bags, put your clothes in the garment bag.
Yeah.
I was a fat slob growing up. I was 350 something pounds, no guidance, no nothing. So I wasn't a fashion plate. I understand that, but like I'm trying to teach these kids, like, yo, get a haircut. You're handsome, bro. I'm not gay. You're a good looking dude. There's a barbershop across the street. Everyone, you need a haircut. I just made an appointment for the act. Go get a haircut before you go to the shop, and they look at me. I'm like, now I'm being your dad. You need a haircut.
Yeah.
We're going. You're gonna meet 35 beautiful single women at a wedding tonight. Get your haircut. But back to what you're saying, it's
it's a lifestyle. They don't understand. We're going to
They don't get
$1 million
it.
venues.
They
We're
don't
eating
get it.
5-star fucking cocktail
they don't get it.
appetizers.
They don't get it.
And disclaimer, I will disclaim this for the podcast purposes, but my core guys are amazing. Like I would do anything for them. Those are my guys. But you get the stragglers, because you try to explain, try to get some new roadies in. I know what you're saying. You get a road.
It's brutal.
Get a young kid in who's like, I want to work. All right, let's put him to work. All right, no problem. Comes to work, does a few things. The first 2 times they stand around, they're looking at what needs to be done. Hey, go work with Vin and let him tell you what he's got to do.
They pretend to care. That's what kills me.
Yeah.
They pretend to care.
And
the phone's a problem. The phones are a problem. The phones are chairs. I've never seen anything like. People come up to me and ask me once in a while if I need a chair. I'm like, a chair for what? We used to stand for 8 hours at parties. I never sat.
I have a chair, so I'll take that.
Oh,
I
would never. Put
well,
that away. Don't ever do that again.
Only for dinner, though. Only for dinner. I'm saying.
Yeah, okay. When
we sit for dinner.
No,
I understand.
Standing.
No, but I get guys that come in that are almost.
I have a stool.
Demanding.
No.
Like specific money to stand near a photo booth.
Oh, for the photo booth, yeah, that's different.
No. Oh, I'm switching the whole story. Like we're talking about the generation of fuckery that we're dealing with right now. You want X amount of dollars to stand near a photo booth. You couldn't troubleshoot. Hey, I know you want me to come in on Wednesday to just go over everything for Saturday. Am I going to be compensated? Compensated to learn how to get overpaid for the job.
So I have I'm not gonna say his name, but if you see
no, nobody up. We don't want no problems.
It's one of my good guys. We have several talks about this, but it's just the lack of they don't know better. No one was ever there to tell them, hey, this is what we should do. No one was there to tell me. I just have common fucking sense. But my buddy who sounds kind of like the person you're talking about, he's making a salary with one company, and he's bitching about $50. And that's where, I come in, I'm like, dude, just shut the fuck up. You're bitching about $50, $150. You're making X amount a year with this guy,
He's in the DJ field, or it's another job?
No, he's a DJ. He's in the DJ field.
Okay.
And he's good at what he does. I love him. He's my number one guy. He's going to see this, but we have this talk once a month.
And he wants $50 more?
About stupid shit like that. Like, bro, can you please drop the photo booth off? My car broke down. Or this roadie didn't come in. Can you please pick up the photo booth? Oh, am I going to get $50 for it? Bro, shut the fuck up.
That's everybody nowadays.
But it just, and we have this talk.
Can you imagine this?
Not someone who's on salary.
Can you imagine this?
Someone who's getting paid on salary should not be saying anything. When they're sleeping,
his
they're getting paid.
terminology is salary different. Oh. He's not on a weekly salary like an employee.
Not on a weekly salary.
No, he's not on a weekly salary.
No, he works every week.
He makes a good amount. Yeah, okay. He makes X amount a year.
Understandable.
I thought he was on a weekly salary. Someone who's on a weekly salary.
He works just about every week with us.
Understandable. No, but we have friends in the industry that are like warehouse shop guys.
No.
Weekly salary.
No, this guy gets
paid. Listen, truck broke down. Get in anything right now. We need to get to this job. That's what a weekly salary.
This guy makes a yearly salary. How about that? He makes a good
understandable
yearly salary.
Like I don't explain.
Yeah, but it's
Jersey and New York is different.
But is it a set number or is it varying?
It's varying.
It varies, but it's close every year.
No. There's two different things.
But that's what I'm saying to you, bro. The terminology is different from New York and New Jersey, bro.
A salary means every Friday he gets $950 direct deposit into his account.
No, okay.
Right.
So he's not
okay, this guy works a good amount a year with this guy.
Which can equal to, if you had a real job, he has a career there.
He gets paid yearly. How about that?
But that doesn't mean he's at your beck and call because he makes a lot of money. Now,
but if you ask somebody to pick up a phone when you're on the job, he's on the job, right?
Respectfully, he should.
Yeah, on or off the job, whatever. Anyway, he gets paid.
No, this is a good
amount.
Conversation to have.
I just want to pass this because it's not the main point of the story.
Okay.
My buddy gets paid very well. Once a week, twice a week with this company.
Okay.
He gets work from him.
Correct.
The boss wants him to pick up a photo booth or drop it off at his house, or wants him to set up 2 truss 2 heads on top of what he was getting paid, and he's bitching about $50, $150, knowing damn well he's gonna make $800, $1,000 a night. So going back to that is just lack of knowledge, doesn't know better, and we have this conversation once a week, once a month. Dude, just shut the fuck up, get your job done. Dude, Chris Haas could ask me, hey Juan, I know you live in Edison, can you please pick up my speakers at RCF?
Right.
Let me finish. I'm not gonna say
the mentality is different because you're an owner and he's a worker. I'm an owner, he's an owner. We know that, we respect that. If Chris calls me and tells me I need you to come DJ a party for $300 because I'm stuck and I'm coming from Long Island, my next question is what time do I have to be there and what am I bringing? I'm not saying how much am I getting paid? What's the pay? what's your pay?
Yeah.
That should be the question. People ask me what's the pay, and I'm like, dude, it's your job. You're getting paid. What do you want to get paid? Tell me what you want to get paid, and then I'll tell you yes or no. Don't tell me what am I paying. I'm paying $200. You want it? Well, no. Like, if you charge $800, tell me I charge $800. Fine, no problem. But you're never gonna get an employee to do what an owner does. It's just not in their blood, bro. And it's never enough. It doesn't matter
But
how much money he makes. It's
another
never
devil's
enough.
advocate. There's one guy I'm talking about, my buddy. He's an owner too. He has his own company. So like,
I was going to cut you off.
That's what I'm saying.
sorry.
This is what I was saying before.
done.
This is what I was saying before.
Everybody's a fucking owner.
That's what I'm saying.
Can this just stop?
That's what I was saying.
That's the biggest problem. That everyone's an owner.
That's what I was saying about you and Chris. Like, you think you have this relationship. I'm not saying you don't, because now this is turning into like The View. I'm not saying that you don't have a relationship with Chris. What I'm saying is that at the end all be of the day, nothing is more important than money. Money is going to be the
He's
root
the root
of
of all
everything.
evil.
And now you're bringing in this other guy into the conversation who's not happy making $800-900 because he has to put 2 lights on a truss, but he owns his own company as well. See, that's my point. Chris might be he might be a unicorn, Chris. You and him together might be like, yo, let's do what we got to do. Who cares? Let's just keep working. No problem. But then this other guy comes in and he's not like you and Chris. And he's saying, well, I'm not making enough money. I'm not doing it. It's a completely different mentality. And he's an owner and he doesn't think that way. So why would I want to work with somebody like that? And I don't have anything against this guy. I don't even know who he is.
No, he's a good friend of mine. He's gonna see this. So
He
you
was
see
a good
this.
friend of yours. In
No,
5 years
no,
from
he's-
now, you guys aren't even going to be talking.
No, he's a great friend, and he knows exactly what we're talking about. But it's the age. It's an age difference. It's a big age difference.
How old is he?
I'm 28. He's probably like 23, 24. We met him when he was 16.
If I was 23 years old making $800 a night or $800 a weekend,
That'd be deadly.
I'd
be fucking
I
deadly.
would be unstoppable. You wouldn't even forget it.
And I love the kid. He's my best friend. He's probably gonna be a best man, not best man, a groomsman at my wedding. But it's just like we always butt heads over.
You want me to tell you how to fix the problem?
Over,
Don't get married.
Don't make him a groomsman.
Don't make a movie.
nah, he's
You want
my
me to tell
good
you
friend.
honestly?
What?
Fire him. Don't work with him anymore. Don't give him any more work moving forward. Cut his lifeline out and let him see what it's like not to make $800 a night. And then what happens is he'll be like, yo, I'm sorry.
Here's
I would love
It's
to
an
do that, but
unfortunate-
we're way too far in the.
No, you can't do that.
Yeah, but all that means is you're getting deeper. It just means that it's going to get worse.
Let's go back to the Chris Ox brand because I'm that guy.
Yeah, anyway, but we're going to
Please
cut
hold.
this.
No.
We're cutting that
No,
out,
this
by
is
the way.
good.
If my buddy's watching this, just give him.
No,
a
we're gonna cut
No,
that anyway.
no, give him
no,
a-
because I don't want to sound like a douche anyway. But like we're gonna
go back to the Chris Ox brand.
yeah, let's go back to the Chris.
Bro, we have to figure this out. I need a midget source to jump out of the cake. Can't tell you what for, but it's
What for?
For Vegas. I can't tell you what it's for because then the cat will be out of the bag.
Don't worry about it.
The host is really working on it, but can't pull through. I know Chris Ox can.
For Vegas, I'll give you a phone call if you can't. Let me know.
I'm out in Vegas in August.
No, I'm saying I could let me know.
Look where I'm playing. I can't talk about it on camera, but
Sick. What day? What are the days again?
I'll tell you in a minute.
There's no volume.
All right, I don't want to play the volume. We're recording you, bro.
Oh.
This is gonna be bananas. I'm so pumped. And
Wait, is it midweek?
no.
It's what?
NLSO's playing Saturday at the pool.
Oh, nice.
I didn't know that. I committed and then I started doing my due diligence. I went, no way. No way.
What's the weekend again? Oh wait, tell me later.
Yeah, I'll tell you all later.
We're gonna cut all this out. Don't worry about it. We're gonna cut all this out.
But yeah, I'm pumped about that. I'm fucking pumped.
All right, so tell us. So what time is it? It's 10 after. Okay, so tell us what your. Okay, so you're. I mean, he's still recording anyway. All
No,
right.
you're good. Keep
So
going.
what's your 5-year plan? Being that you're 28 years old, I opened up my own company, my own wedding company. I did it at 27 years old. I was right there. So what is ultimately for your company? What is your 5-year plan?
It's a great question. I never really thought about it because we're just running 100 miles an hour. But obviously, I guess the set goals are have X amount of weddings booked a year, right? Make sure your calendar's full. Make sure your employees are working. But I really don't have one. So I'm 28. I'll be 32, 33, 5 years from now. My math is correct. Don't really have one. Just keep working, keep hustling, build. Maybe buy a building like Chris Ox or something. Here's the good thing about me, and I just got very lucky. So when I bought my house 2 years ago, I got approved for a big shed in the back. So I don't gotta go fucking put my shit in storage. I have everything in my bag. I have a long ass driveway. I park all my trucks back there.
That's awesome.
I have my moving truck and I have my trailer and my van.
That's great.
But it's just keep growing, keep paying the mortgage,
Nice.
That's really
That's a
just
good mentality.
that's just really my goal. Just, you know, make sure everyone's taken care of. Take vacations when I can. When COVID hit, I didn't even know what a vacation was, man. Now that I feel a little bit more comfortable financially, I've been calming down a little bit. Just like I wanted to piggyback when you said you're paranoid. I'm always looking behind my back all the time too.
Always.
I got cameras all over my house. It just comes with the baggage.
Oh no, that stuff. I mean, of course, I'm worried about that and that shit. But the fact of just business. Like I'm tarnished. You're running a business. You're overlooking. You know, I'm a dad. I'm a husband. I'm worried about kids. I'm worried about the other people that work here and who's going to decide that they don't want to work that day. Like, what do you do? Like, it's just. I love that. Like other people, like, oh, we just we go down in our crew. There's no fucking crews. Ain't nobody walking off the beach to come to a wedding on a Saturday afternoon if they're already off that day. It's just the generation is not the same, which is fine. But this is what makes me who I am.
Again, going back to one major event a night for me, just not worth the headache. It's not worth it. I'd rather just focus on what I'm doing, go to work with my guys, and that's it.
It's a fun ass job though. I love what I do.
Amazing.
So you know what? I'm going to ask you a question because then I'll explain to you why I'm asking. So I'm not a jealous person. I'm not an envious person. Like I don't look at somebody online and be like, oh, bro, that's fucking dope. Like I don't even know an educated way of putting it. I see your work. I see other people's work. It comes on my feed. Are there people around you I call leeches? Like you're putting in the marketing work, you're putting in this work, that trying to run 2 other businesses. Like are there other people that just sit back and just wait for work, or are there any go-getters around you?
Sit back for work regarding from me or from their own?
Oh, whoever's around me don't do a fucking thing. Their own work or not.
He means like from what you're doing social media wise and what you're doing DJ wise. Like are there other people that are just riding you, or that they're doing equally or somewhat trying to do the same as you?
Well, that's kind of hard to answer because at the end of the day, no one's going to do more work than the owner, right?
Understandable.
Yeah, so no one's really going to do as much work as me, but
like does Higgins?
Huh?
Does Chris do it?
No, Chris has his own brand.
Yeah, but does he do his own social media as much as you do it?
Not as much as me because everyone thinks differently, right? I took the social media one step higher than I could have. So I started doing like a lot of behind the scenes with the mic'd up. I know other people were doing it, but I wanted to do it like DJ wise. I wanted to show my clients like what we do behind the scenes, and luckily it worked out good for me. And I had my social media guy, who I think Isaac knows as well, Jonathan. He used to work for E-Rock. So when I contacted Jonathan, I was like, hey, Jonathan, do you do weddings? He goes, no, I mainly do clubs. So Jonathan and I had like a really good relationship to begin with. And I was like, look, this is what I want to do. And I worked with several photographers before, and none of them wanted to put that extra work in, right? They just show up. I had this one young kid. I met him when he was 16 too. I was like, hey, man, tell the couple like to hold hands, like be more personal. Hey, I want to, like that. So when I started working with Jonathan, I was like, yo, Jonathan, I want to get mic'd up. Follow me around, do this.
I got a good content story for you. I'm doing
and him and I, hit it off. But as regarding to Chris doing his social media, he could do whatever he wants. That's his brand. But I just like, what Chris Ox, I'm pretty sure you're not putting Nugget on your story like he does, right?
Nugget on my story.
That's what I'm saying. So it's kind of
it's
kind of like apples to peaches. The question a little bit.
No, I do like. I mean, I have a sister-in-law that's in social media. She does affiliate marketing, and she does exactly the same thing that Chris does. A lot of personal content.
Yeah.
And that is good because people can relate to his everyday life, and they become comfortable with acting a certain way around him because they know the way that he is. But you just have to. My social media isn't as intimate as his is, only because it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of work. He likes doing that. Me, it's a lot of work. Like and plus I'm driving like 3 hours a day. He's not driving 3 hours a day. I'm not that exciting. I'm driving 3 hours. I'm sitting in traffic for 3 hours a day. You know what I'm saying? So like it takes me 2 hours to get here to do the podcast with Chris. I live in Long Island. So for me, it's like, I focus on the social media concept of the podcast is a little bit of me doing extra. My weddings, obviously, I have media content coming out today from Saturday's wedding. Like that stuff, staying with that sort of stuff it's easy for me to say, post this, post that, tag this, we collab on stuff. Like it's that way. But I do agree that what he's doing works because people do like to see the other side.
Absolutely.
They do like to see the other side. It's like reality television. They like to see regular. They like to see real. It doesn't always have to be a lot of fluff. Like there's a lot of fluff.
There's so much fluff,
in the social
especially
media
here in Monmouth County. The fluff is fucking
like
wild.
everything is fluff. Everything is music videos. You're not hearing from these people. I think another reason why this podcast gets the traction that it gets when we first started it was because
it's real,
and because people are actually hearing us talk. Like you don't actually hear people talk when it comes to Instagram. You're seeing music videos. You're seeing weddings chopped up as video. Like you're not getting any personality behind it.
Exactly.
But the other flip side to it is that you are getting personality, and not everybody likes everybody. So then you get that side of it too.
So
But
let me piggyback off that. I don't know if we were recording because when I walked in, we just started talking. But the whole like personal thing, some people don't like that. Some people want someone to do whatever they want or be straightforward. So like when I'm answering calls or having consultations, I'm like, hey, nice to meet you. I'm so excited. Talk to, where are your parents from? Are you first generation? Are you bilingual? Blah, blah, blah. And then some people are like, oh yeah, you come off too strong sometimes. But that's just who I am.
are you bilingual?
I know. I'm saying like when I'm bilingual. Yeah, so I speak Spanish. So I always want I'm first generation.
After about a hand of Latinos, I speak Russian, Spanish, and Chinese.
We all do so. So going back.
I'm only Latin for about 12 minutes every wedding, and then I go back.
You just know those 2-3 words. Put your hands up. Manos arriba. That's it. But going back to
music, I don't speak Spanish.
So real quick, I want to get back. When I was younger, I was like, here he goes. Chris Sock's going to play his Latin set. It was like Jennifer Lopez, Let's Get Loud.
Yeah.
That was my Latin set.
White people.
and Danza Kuduro.
Yeah.
Those are the top 3 Latin sets.
White people Latin music.
But as you will get older and progress in your industry, you'll understand that some clients are not for you.
Oh, absolutely.
Took me a long time to realize that. It's like, fuck, they didn't want me. It's like, no, they didn't want really me. Yeah. Like they wanted a guy standing there playing fucking music with a foldable table. Got it. Took me a long time to realize.
It's hard.
Took me a long time to realize who I am and what I'm capable of doing.
Especially when you're working with them and you're discounting them and you really want to be there for their event. Like you're available and you're like, listen, I really want to make sure you're in good hands, but it just still doesn't work out. You're like, that doesn't make any sense.
I used to take it personal when people didn't book me.
Correct.
I used to take it very personal, but as I got older or as I started learning the industry more, I'm like, oh, it just wasn't for me. Could have been a money thing. Maybe I was too cheap or maybe too expensive.
I think it's youth. I mean, again, you're going through that tough stretch.
It's a learning process. I have friends that when they were kids, they started as contractors, like construction contractors, and now they're like, bro, if I knew then what I know now. I'm like, it's the same. It's a learning curve.
It's the same thing. I have 23-year-old kids that think they could smash weddings. No, you can't. Why? Because you see me smash a wedding every weekend. You think you could do it? Because you could play the same songs that I'm playing. That doesn't mean you could smash a wedding.
Right.
There's a million aspects that come together for a wedding. When I was growing up, I used to stand next to this guy. I stood next to him for like 2.5 years watching him DJ. I was his assistant. I carried equipment with him. I worked with him every single weekend, and I listened to him DJ. And I was Miyagi'd. And he would ask me, like, why do you think I play this song every single, why do you think I start with this song? Why do you think I play this one and I let the break drop? Why do you think I I do it at that time? It's because he wants to MC at that time. So he doesn't lead into the next song, but also he doesn't want to speak over vocals.
Were you paying attention, though?
Of course I was. Look where I am now. These kids don't
Not to cut you
care.
off. I got another assistant, the same. He's been with me for 3, 4, 5 years. When it was time to put him on, shit the bed.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck were you doing this whole time?
Yeah. And when people don't dance, they get discouraged. If people start to separate, they get discouraged, and it's because they just play tracks. They're not taking the crowd on a ride.
Yeah.
They're not taking them on a journey. They're not playing sets. Nobody does sets anymore. Like they're so anti-sets. Everybody just wants to smash Michael Jackson together with "Show Me Love" and all these stems. Everybody's stemming. Like I get it. It's nice to be able to stem once in a while when you want to drop a vocal and put it over another beat. It's fun. Yeah. It's fun. It's a fun effect. But when you're at a wedding, I don't have time for that stuff. Like I'll stem once or twice a night.
Yeah, once
I'm not trying
twice,
to I'm not trying to do that. Like
you guys are speaking fucking Swedish to me with this same shit.
Like it's fun when you do it, and sometimes it's creative and it's cool, and people are like, oh shit, that's cool.
Well, sometimes people are good at that, and people want that.
Yeah, but when you do it once or twice, it's a surprise to those people. Then they're like, shit. But when you do it every mix, it's like, okay, this kid it's just
especially
stemming
when
all
it's
night.
off key too.
Whatever it is, it's just, here's my thing. In case we're signing off soon, I don't know.
No, go ahead, dude, keep going.
I personally think you should focus on bilingual weddings. Personally, I don't know a lot of MCs that speak Spanish. I don't. I know like one company that does Spanish, and they literally have a grasp hold on the Spanish community. They're out of Queens, and like they are like the Spanish company. and they work every single weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. They're booked, and the owner doesn't even do weddings anymore. He has his crews that go out, and he pays them well. They go do their jobs, and everybody's happy. And he's not greedy. He's a nice guy. I've done their Christmas party. I've had fun. They're a good group of guys, and they're loyal and they're dedicated, and they want to put on good parties. And if you can dominate a bilingual wedding, bro, I mean, you should literally be the bilingual. Everything on your social media should be bilingual.
Well, I'm glad you said that, because at first I could do everything. I could do freaking Afro beats. I could do
but
reggae.
don't do it.
No, listen.
Do bilingual.
No, listen.
Stop doing everything.
Well, here's the good thing about where we grew up here in the East Coast. You could say it's a melting pot, right? I got what do you even call it? I got classmates that are getting married, right? Indian with Dominican, Arabic with white, so Italian with Arabic. Like we could play anything here.
I know, yeah. Yes, the demographic's pretty
the
crazy.
demographic here is amazing, right? And I make that a key point when I have my consultations. Now going back to the bilingual thing, all it took was like one wedding where I had my social media guy, and that video took off. I just started sending. It was all Dominican, but obviously all Dominican doesn't mean everyone there's going to be Dominican, right? They have their coworkers, they have their classmates, they have whoever. So you got to do a little bit of both. But I did do behind the scenes. Every time I get an inquiry, I just send them that video. So yeah, no, I'm very grateful that I was raised here in Jersey, because my music knowledge is crazy.
No, that's good. I came from a prime. My youth was, Italian American. That was just whatever. That's just right, but. I wasn't around that. Like my kids, they're around all different cultures, all different everything now, and that's cool. Like people think, oh, you're Italian mafia bullshit. No, it ain't that. Like, we'll see my kids and the different kids that are at my house swimming in the pool, hanging out. I'm like, well, that's awesome, because I didn't have that.
Yeah,
I didn't know half the shit that these kids know now at 11 or 15 years old. These kids are way past what the hell I knew back then. But that's good though.
I'm just saying, from a business standpoint, to maximize a niche. To maximize it and be the guy is what's going to make you irreplaceable. You have to be a guy who's irreplaceable. You got to be able to say, I'm the guy. And they're going to come to you and be like, you're the guy, because there's nobody else that's going to do it the way that you do it in multiple languages. You can't touch that person.
It's just, in my opinion, nothing, whether it was you sitting here or 10 other people sitting here, it's how do you multiply it? That's the fucking
Forget about multiplying it.
You can't.
You don't have to. You don't have to. If you're charging a good amount of money for a wedding and you're working Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or Saturday, how much money do you need to make?
No, I agree.
How much money do you need to make? You need to make $30,000, $40,000 a weekend? No, you don't.
I agree. No, I agree.
Just go do what you got to do.
Well, that goes back to the brand thing. You're the face of C4. You're the face of yours.
I do one wedding a night and that's it. I don't care. I don't care if it's a $3,000
wedding.
wedding.
He's greedy. He doesn't like sharing the money.
Yeah. Well, no, it's also a review type of thing. Are they going to do a good job? Are they going to be up to your standards?
No, they're not.
So
that's
it.
My team and my show is something that we put together collectively. When I need something, I tell them that I need it for this amount of time. I don't do the 1 hour independent contractors. I've worked with all of them. I don't sell any of them. If you're coming to me for an hour and leaving, I'm not selling you.
Right.
You're not effective. And I have to cater to you when you get there, because you're only there for the 60 minutes. Sorry, you're not for me.
Yeah.
I think you're a great entertainer, but you're not for me. You're not for my show. My show is 5 hours long. I'm not saying you got to be there for the whole 5 hours. I have sax players that do 4 hours. They leave when V hour opens, no problem. But they were there for the meat and potatoes. And by the last hour, nobody cares if the sax player's gone. And most of them do cocktail hour. So they're actually doing cocktail hour plus 4, which is fine. I'm cool with that. But if you're not going to make my show better, I'm not selling it. So you as a bilingual MC, I think you could easily charge another $2,000 just to be at that wedding and be bilingual. Because people who are traditionally looking for that, they'll pay. I want you. But listen, I understand, but this is what I charge. And they're going to say, okay, now you just increased your value because you brought another aspect to that wedding that not a lot of people can do. So.
And I've been in that situation before, and then, just going back, I've been learning. Oh, this shit's working. Oh, I'm also learning more my cadence in Spanish and what works, what doesn't work. But you're right. The bilingual thing is something I have been tapping into.
But it's cool that you're at your age. You're entrepreneur in different ways.
Yeah.
And you understand what's going on. You have some really solid friends in the industry too, which is really cool.
And you're a clean cut kid. You look good. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure you look good when you put on a nice suit. Like, people like to look at that. And if you were, and you're bilingual, people are going to be like, shit. Like, that's a movement.
Yeah.
Like, I look at it as a movement. Like, you could have the next 7 to 10 years doing bilingual weddings back and forth, and you speak English and Spanish back and forth. And every Spanish person wants a Spanish speaking MC. I do Spanish weddings, but only if they're like American Spanish. Like, it's an Italian and a Spanish. It's not, and even sometimes I bring in a Spanish DJ if it's heavily, like, I am an owner, so my job is to put the right people in the right place.
position.
Like, I have no problem bringing in a Spanish DJ. None. And I have no problem bringing in a Spanish MC if I need it. If the bride and groom tells me they need it because I ask, they say yes, I say fine. But if you are both, that's my selling point. Every single video that you make on purpose in social media should be in English and Spanish. Done. And you see your business will probably go up by 20%. If you take anything from this podcast meeting, take that to the bank. Because
And if you feel
I
it's
can't
gonna
sell
affect,
that.
If it feels like it's going to affect what you have going on now, just create another page for it.
It won't.
No, I already have videos on there speaking Spanish and English.
Everything should be in Spanish and English. Anything that's in Spanish should have English subtitles. How about that?
I'll do that for my next
Who does
video.
that? I don't know anybody. You know anybody that does
No
it?
one.
He's speaking Spanish and it's coming out with English
Me
subtitles.
speaking Spanish?
Bro.
I don't know how to do that, bro.
Bro, just like that.
Right.
Just like that. Your business is up 25%.
I literally have a video like that.
It's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. That should be the main focus moving forward for you the next 2 years of booking weddings, is that the number one thing for you to sell is that you are bilingual. And I promise you, you will book every single Spanish wedding in the next 2 years.
Spanish weddings are fun too, though.
They're great.
You have a lot more to play with.
The women are hot, bro.
It's not that. It's just that they dance. They party. Spanish people wake up dancing. They
And they're
literally
late.
wake up dancing.
And they're late to every party, so your party's cut
So this
down
is
by...
English subtitles with Spanish. And then I'm talking to the groom's mom.
Como estás? Donde
Yeah.
estás mi chicken wings?
No-brainer.
He goes, no brainer.
No-brainer.
No brainer.
When you post this on here, are you also posting it in your story?
Yeah, stories. So I do highlights of every wedding I do, and I just refer clients to it.
Yeah.
So that was a Dominican wedding with, white friends, coworkers, and that was heavy Dominican wedding.
Yeah.
Yeah, my social media ever since I've been working with Jonathan has been to the roof because this is high quality. I edit everything, of course.
So my biggest problem was, and Izzy in the back will tell you, I never wanted it to be the Chris Ock show, ever.
It's a thin line.
It's fucked up, bro. No, I never wanted it to be that. But like we said at the beginning of this, people get jealous. People get money hungry. People go however it is. And then we touch base on staying in your own lane. Stay in my lane. Before you got here, I did a block party. They paid me wedding money to play at a block party. No problem. If that's the lane I'm going to stay in, that's the lane I'm going to stay in. It just sucks.
I had this one kid. He's like half hater, half friend, but just
They're all
always bullshitting.
fucking haters. Don't make me
Every
curse.
time I fucking
Look at that face, like,
right. Every
I
time
want to on a podcast. I want to on a podcast.
every time I would post something like me, like, hey, today I'm explaining the uplights. Oh, why you got to be the face of your, it's a wedding company. I was like, who else would be in my spot? I'm the fucking owner.
Yep.
So he would just always talk shit. I'll talk
So
shit
just
back
let
to
him do it. And when he can't speak, he'll never do it again.
You know this song, like, I'm not even just like joking around. Like, you know how many people walk up to me and like, bro, the balls in between your legs got to be tremendous. The stuff you do. I was like, this is what I do. Like, this is it. If I didn't do what I did, I would be irrelevant.
But going back, that's what makes you you. That's what makes you
Yeah.
C4.
Nobody wants to be you. Trust me. Nobody wants to be me. Nobody wants to be anybody.
Gladly
everybody-
hand this fucking throne to
Yeah,
somebody
Yeah,
else.
they don't
Nobody
fucking
wants
know.
to
They
be-
don't know
don't-
shit.
They sit. Look, the praise is nice. The praise is nice. Totally nice. But they don't. It's up. You come work 12-hour day. Come work 14-hour day with
Yeah.
me. Come to work. You can have a Heineken. You can have a steak.
You don't have kids yet, right?
No, not yet.
Okay, so check this out. If you actually think about this, I've been doing this since freshman years, like really when I started booking jobs. So that's 1995, 96.
That's when I was born. But.
Right. Okay, thanks.
Sorry.
Thanks, bud.
Side note.
So with that being said, it was like I've celebrated with more families than I celebrated with my own family.
Yep.
100%.
Like, do you understand? Like when my son Anthony's graduation party, I'm calling the school to find out when they're doing like their clap out or the end of 5th grade because I got to figure out. I'm planning if I'm working or not. Like, it's a sick fucking life.
I think about that all the time.
People don't get this.
I think about that all the time.
People don't get it, and it irks me when you get the people to call. How much is this? How much is what? Like, I've been doing this so long, I'm like literally forced. I'm gonna have to create a menu like Applebee's. I'm going against my own will with this. Like, I don't do that. If this is what I have to do, and this is what I have to do. It's, hi, I just want to see how much. How much what? How much what?
I don't have.
Right.
I don't have that issue in the wedding
It's different.
industry.
It's different everywhere.
You offer
It's everywhere.
so much. You
It's-
offer
but it's
so much.
no, but it's not even that.
It's true though.
You get people that just want a guy. Like, out here is so different than your 7 miles till you cross that outer bridge. It's different. 2 different parts of the world. 7 miles from each other. Different. I'll get a. Yo, when next time you're on the island, just stop by. I want you to look in the yard, measure out. Want to do a dance floor here? I was thinking about maybe you do drapery here. Can you hang bistro lighting around the yard? My wife's torturing me. I'm like, yeah, Mary, I'll be there in a couple hours. Yeah, I'll give you the code to the garage. Go in, do what you got to do. Get out the back. It's different. Here, it's like, hi.
Until you send the bill.
Right. Well, and then here is.
And then when you send the bill, it's like, oh, okay, I didn't know it was gonna be.
How do we
much.
downsize this? Right.
Right.
I love.
I sat in traffic for 2 hours.
I love the dance floor over the pool, but how much is the dance floor over the pool? Is the pool a liner or a gunite? What's that?
I tell people straight
What's
up when they ask
that?
me about the pool situation, bro. I'm like, it's expensive. Don't do it.
I say that, and that was my forte for a few years. Well, we killed it with that for a few years, and now it's just like
I tell people it's so
You
expensive.
got to pivot, right? You got to pivot, find something
it's
else.
not
Yeah.
even that. There's 2 companies that do it, me and another company. The rest are brokers, and I literally say to people now, like, dance over a pool, you got it. Are they dancing on it, or is it there for show? And people are like, huh, what? I was like, because you could build it where you can't dance on it, and then when people dance on it and break, you're free and clear of not getting sued. Of
course.
Or do you pay, a little bit more money and you're golden? But it doesn't matter. It all comes down to your worth, your value, and what people think you're worth.
I think you're doing great. And from talking to you, we have never met before. So from talking to you,
Thank you.
and I'm very big on the young guys in the industry and any way that I can help them and stuff like that. And just seeing that, like, again, I started at the same age as you when I opened up my own company solely, but I never worked for any other company since I've started. Just recently, am I helping out a friend of mine because of the situation that he's in. But for 12 years, I've never worked for another company. I've never been the front man of another company. I've never DJed for another company. I've always worked for myself. And if I was off, I was off. So it drove me. If I didn't want to be off, it drove me to go get more work.
Yeah.
Okay, I started doing showcases by myself my first year. And I didn't even have TVs yet. I didn't even have a TV. I used all my money to pay for wedding showcases in the community locally. And I stood in front of a folding table with printed out pieces of paper that I had. And I made 4x6 postcards. And all I did was stand there and talk to brides for 2 hours. I stood there in a nice suit and spoke to brides. And I booked jobs. And I knew where they were supposed to be because I was in the industry. So when I started, $3,500, $4,000, $4,500 if it was a bigger wedding. And then I started going up from there and going up from there. So the only thing I can say to you is you're on the right track. You're doing a lot of great things. You have a lot of tools that I think you have, but you didn't know you need to maximize, which I think is the bilingual thing. But in 6 years from now, I think you're going to be in a totally different place. Positive.
I hope so.
Like I think you're going to be killing it. Like I think one of the cool things about this podcast too is that like being able to spotlight like people like you that come on. Not everybody's going to have the same vision, and not everybody's going to have the same class, and this is what's sick. This is what's awesome about this is that there's just so many different mind levels.
Absolutely, yeah. There's levels to this shit.
Yeah, so
Everything.
I think you're on a good path. I think you're going to do a lot of great things. I think that you just stay focused and don't try to do too much. Like people feel like they have to do everything from A to Z. Like you don't have to do that. Some people are built for that. Let those people do that. Me and Chris have 2 completely different businesses, and we're sitting at the same table every other Wednesday talking about the same industry, but we have different. Chris does 10,000 more things than I do. 10,000 more things. But I do weddings. That's what I know. And I do 50, 60 weddings a year. Every Friday, Saturday,
More
Sunday.
of a comfort zone with my clients. It's more
We're
of a
different.
comfort zone.
Chris will final with a client for his time. I final with a client for my time. Completely different. I run a different business than he does. And that's what's beautiful. We're both successful, but we have completely different businesses.
Yep.
But we took what we learned from the past and we turned it into other things. And that's when you get to that point in 5 years from now, then that's what you should be entertaining. Okay, listen, I love DJing. My business is solidified. I'm doing a lot of great things. I'm staying consistent. But what's the next 5 years of my life look like? What am I going to be doing when I'm 40? Am I going to be doing weddings at 40?
Yeah.
Like, do I want to do that? Like, I mean, I'm 44 and I'm still doing weddings. But maybe you don't want to. You know, maybe the
Think about
avenue
that all
is,
the time.
what do I turn it into? You know?
So we'll wrap it up with this. How old are you again? 21?
28.
Okay. Are there any 18-year-olds that you feel intimidated by anybody in the industry right now that's like 18 that you think that you're going to lose business to?
I don't feel intimidated by anybody.
But that's good. But there's not even the youth right now fucked us up in our 40s because there's no talent. Think about it. There's not an abundance of 20-year-olds wanting to be DJs anymore.
I agree, yeah, because
Think about it.
to be a DJ.
You're like a one percenter. You're 20-something years old.
Well, I don't know if you were listening, but when he was talking about the guy he was mentoring or behind, I had the same situation when it was time. He was with me 3-4 years. When it was time to put him on, I go, what the fuck have you learned the last 4 years with me?
They
Nothing.
don't care.
Nothing.
They don't
but
care.
now he's doing a lot better. But when I started DJing, I was Marty Rock. I was going in the clubs with him, just learning. I was 18. So I graduated 17, so I was ready. As soon as I graduated, I was in the clubs just learning. But I love this shit. Another thing is when I started DJing, I bought turntables on purpose because I wanted to learn the real way. I didn't want some older DJ. Oh, look at this kid on a controller, right? We all have that. So that was just me. I was into that shit. Like
No, but
I was
that's
scratching.
good.
Yeah,
That's
that's good.
though.
That's a
But
fun
that's
conversation too. The older people and younger people, you know.
But I was like, I'm buying turntables because I know once I go out in public, they're, oh, look at this kid on fucking controller. So I got, at the time they had the Rain 57.
Yeah.
That was my first mixer.
I think I still have one in the
I still have one. I still have mine in my office.
I will say, and I know that DJs, you know, people think that MCing is more important or DJing is more important or you need both and blah, 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 blah. But what I'm saying to you is that as long as you're MCing, nobody will ever put you out of business. You have to be an MC.
Yeah.
You have to MC your events.
I agree.
People are booking you because they're booking your personality on the microphone. DJing, we're hard on DJs because we're in the industry. So like, oh, this guy's rough or whatever the case is, or he's not playing, you know, whatever. Why are you getting out of this track so fast? Some tracks have to be on longer than others. Like whatever the case is, people should be quick mixing. They shouldn't be playing whole songs. Like that stuff I get because it's industry lingo. But MC wise, you can never put an MC out of business. Ever. You could never be put out of business. So
I agree. I actually
the most
never looked
important
at it that
aspect
way,
is
but
MC.
looking back, once I started posting MC videos, I started getting like a little bit more traction.
And they're sitting with you. You're booking their event and you are the MC. You're not booking the event and saying you're not going to be there. Like you're the MC.
That's the problem.